Morant's status in the league, but also with Ja Morant's status in his personal life.
Brian Windhorst on First Take. Commissioner Adam Silver says Morant will also have to go through a program with the league to address his destructive behavior. In a statement today, Morant apologized and promised he would be better. Michael Jordan is planning to sell his majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets after 13 years. Our Adrian Wojnarowski reports the sale is worth $3 billion. Jordan paid $275 million back in 2010. Second round of the U.S. Open, Wyndham Clark now the leader at 9 under, one ahead of Ricky Fowler and Xander Schauffele.
It's Wrangler season out there. Open roads, endless horizons. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles made for your next adventure. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Jacob Beck. Musu. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. We are certainly going to be baseball heavy today. The College World Series is underway with TCU and Oral Roberts. LSU against Tennessee tomorrow night. We will start by going directly to Omaha, but let's start here as we always do.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
All right, let's go up to great state of Nebraska. Michael Cobble, WBRZ Television, is up there covering the Tigers. Good enough to join us here as we push off from the dock. Cobbs, how are you, man?
Doing great. Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. When did you get there?
Got here Wednesday, so we've been here quite some time now. I am standing. I walked outside to stand next to the statue just so you could be as Omaha as you could possibly be for this interview.
I love it. It's almost like we are getting Omaha through osmosis with you standing right next to the statue. Are you covering this game right now, the TCU Oral Roberts game, or are you just going to be in the stadium for the LSU games?
Yeah, I'm at the stadium just to do our reporting for today. Obviously, it's on. We're watching it. Saw the home run, but not really diving into any of the other bracket. Pretty much just focusing on our side of the bracket. So that's when we'll really turn our attention to the gameplay.
Let's talk a little bit about what the Tigers have done since they've been up there. Obviously, from a distance, we've been able to keep an eye. But we'll start with, obviously, they left on Wednesday, got there. We know that they had a light walkthrough and then practice yesterday at Charles Schwab. How did that go? Give us a sense of what the day was like.
Yeah, practice yesterday was good. It was just a quick hour on the field, so they don't have a ton of time. But just measuring LSU over the last couple of months, it was pretty much they stick to their routine. They do their same stuff, and they don't really deviate from it. So they had an hour on the field yesterday. The pitchers had some time in the bullpen where they'll be warming up here at the field as well. But the hitters hit, they took some infield. And then today they did the same thing. They just did it over at the University of Omaha. So we were with them today, talked to Tommy White and Ty Floyd as well as Coach Johnson again today. So we've definitely got our interviews in. We've got our eyeballs on the team. They're going to do, or they are doing right now, a little team activity. Every team that comes here has like a host team, whether that be a youth team or a youth group, some kind of civic organization that they partner with. And so I think they're doing some kind of picnic maybe today, just to get out and about. But that'll only be like a couple hours. And then the guys are off on their own. And I'll be honest, I've been downtown kind of walking around the old market. Haven't seen a lot of LSU players out and about. In fact, I haven't seen one. So they've got a sweet team hotel. It's, a block from the ballpark. They're in the Hilton. A lot of the major hotel chains have built massive hotels here just for this weekend and these 2 weeks. And so LSU set up shop right here, probably one of the best hotels they've had since they've ever come to Omaha. It's right here, a block away. So not a lot of distractions, I would think.
Michael Cobble's with us, WBRZ Sports Director. Of course, he's on Twitter at Cobble if you want to give him a follow. But how many times have you been to cover LSU?
I think this is 8.
Okay.
I think this is 8, maybe 9. I don't know, but it's enough, right?
Okay. No, that's fine. I only asked not for specifics, just for context for the audience. So you've been there a ton. Does it compare how? Again, LSU hasn't even played a game yet, but just the feel of this College World Series compared to some of the others since you've been there?
Well, I don't know, because I really feel like LSU fans are just getting into town today. With them playing Saturday, I feel like a lot of the folks kind of, delayed their arrival here. That's from a fan perspective. From a team perspective, I don't know that it's all that much different. I feel like this is a lot more focused team maybe on the task at hand, whereas before some of the teams really did feel like they got here and that was what it was about. This team, I feel like, they understand how good they are and the opportunities they have in front of them, and they can really do some damage. So a lot of expectations with this team, but a lot of, I think, awareness on this team about, who they're facing, the competition that's here, how good it is, how good they are, what their possibilities are. And kind of one of the things we're going to be talking about tonight is it's a finite amount of time for this team. They talked about it yesterday. It's 5 games. Let's win 5 games to get to Omaha. They did that. Now let's win 5 games while they're here. That's the task ahead of them. They understand it, and I feel like they're all kind of embracing it.
Biggest questions for this team actually on the field? I think we're all assuming skiing starts tomorrow. So what are the sort of talking points in the narrative there?
I think just can they play to their potential. I'm sorry. Apparently Omaha is like big truck central.
Well, like 18-wheelers or like dualies?
Yeah, no, just 18-wheelers and loud exhaust. It's also, if you go across the river, it's Iowa, where it's tattoos and cigarettes is the main export, I believe. But I just, it's like you can't walk around here without just getting your eardrums blown out by some truck somewhere. Anyway, I'm sorry. The main focus, I think, is playing to their potential. Like we talked about, it's a super talented team. They have the pieces. They're playing well right now. No reason to upset the apple cart and change anything. So it's a little bit of status quo. Maybe maximize some guys. I just think about how good would it be if Gavin Dugas got up here and just started raking. Just some guys kind of get him back on track. Tommy White, Hayden Sinsky, if they can really smash some balls out of here, I really think it would set the tone for this offense, because it does feel like sharks in the water kind of thing once it gets up and rolling.
Michael Cobble there in Omaha joining us from our news partners at WBRZ. What you got tonight, man?
We're talking about that SEC. So they had a team meeting post-SEC tournament where they kind of laid it out there, kind of what we just talked about. Jay, putting it to them plainly, and the guys understanding that this is the time, this is their time, right? So locking in and focusing on that. Also, just the meticulous nature of Jay Johnson to get this team to this point. How has his guidance and his attention to detail kind of made the difference? This is a team, regardless of the talent, is still year 2 under him. So to do what they're doing with the expectations that they've had, the talent that they've had, the roster they've assembled, it's pretty amazing. A lot of that all goes back to him, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about, obviously, the matchup with Tennessee. I can just share with you. Jay, we asked him about Tennessee. He had the usual adulations. The thing that did stand out to me, though, and kind of rang a little bell in my head, was maybe he doesn't think they're really going to go with the pitcher that they said they're going to go with. Because he told us today, we're prepared for all of them. There you go. Omaha for you, baby.
I was waiting for it.
My man went a block. He throttled up that far to go a block. Just back to the baseball, though. I really feel like I'm juggling here right now.
You're doing great.
He talked about their ability to really scout everyone. They're not going to take anything for granted. He even made the joke that he said at 3 o'clock, I'm locking myself in my hotel and no one's going to bother me. So, and that's what he does. That's who he is. He said it, and it's self-deprecating, but it's also the truth. He loves baseball. This is his favorite place on the earth. He doesn't really have a life outside of baseball, and that's why it's so important for him to put his team in position to be successful, right?
He's on Twitter at Cobble. Y'all give him a follow, and make sure you're following along there at WBRZ tonight, 6 and 10, and throughout the College World Series. All right, man, we appreciate it. Enjoy the stay, and get your earplugs ready.
I will, no doubt about it. And in case you're scoring at home, I asked Jay Johnson if he was keeping up with the Jello Shot Challenge, and he said, no, what is that?
Okay. Do you have the most current update? I mean, I could look on Twitter.
It's a block away from me. I could walk down there probably in the same time we did this interview. But, no, I myself haven't really been keeping abreast of it either. So we'll be on tonight at 6 and 10 from Omaha if you want to tap in and kind of get a feel. I'll try to bring you everything but the tail exhaust.
But the what?
The tail exhaust.
Oh, the tail exhaust. Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Cobble. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right, that is Michael Cobble from joining us from Omaha. Hanny will be with us from Omaha in hour number 3. Our show open every day, brought to you by Bud Light. I actually have great news. I was talking to some of my friends over at Mockler earlier today, and they have 2 pair of tickets for the game tomorrow that they want us to give away on air today. So if you are going, if you know someone who is there, we'll do it via my text line. So 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Text me with the hashtag CWS, and we'll put it and accumulate it. We'll pump it up into the randomizer, and we'll randomly pick 2 winners at the end of the show today. So we've got 2 pair of tickets, courtesy of our friends at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light, who are giving away 2 pair of tickets to the game tomorrow. LSU-Tennessee, the marquee game of the opening weekend of the College World Series. And our friends at Mockler and Bud Light are stepping up for our audience. So you want the tickets, or if you know someone who is there in Omaha who wants to go and wants to use the tickets, please, LSU fans only, shoot me a text with the hashtag CWS, and that's how it'll randomize. I will be able to organize it in my phone with the hashtag. So make sure you use the hashtag CWS. If you want to tell me why you want the tickets as well, that's fine. But please use the hashtag CWS so we can randomly select it later. Okay, it's After Further Review. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. We'll knock out a quick break. We got a ton of baseball to get to. We'll let you hear from Jay Johnson, Dylan Cruz, Thatcher Hurd, Tony Vitello. Terrio's here in 48 minutes from right now. Dylan Cruz picked up some more hardware today, which we'll get to. I also do have to mention the Saints did have some roster moves. They cut 3 and signed 3 last night. I want to talk about that as well. We'll do that coming up here shortly. Stick around here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Speaking of giveaways, of course, been telling you about this. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, part of the G team. They've got 3 Tigers as part of the G team, and they are giving away 20 signed baseballs from the G team. So if you want to win, it's easy. Go to any of the social media platforms at Get Gordon. That's at Get Gordon on social media. And it gives you all the details of what you need to do to enter to win. Or you can always go to GordonGives.com. Go to GordonGives.com. Again, GordonGives.com. So that way you can see all of the particulars of how you can win one of these 20 autographed baseballs courtesy of the G team. Gavin Dugas, Gavin Guidry, Trey Morgan. What a great time right now with the Tigers up there in Omaha for the CWS, and Gordon's letting you win. So you know what to do. Go to GetGordon.com or Get Gordon on social media. Get Gordon and get it done.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
It's just something that I've thought about every single day leading up to this point. You know, I want to go here and experience all this. Being able to play baseball or playoff baseball, you know, at the box was something, but being able to play here is something else. You know, the crowds are going to double, triple. Atmosphere is going to be electric. You know, being able to play here is pretty awesome.
That is Dylan Cruz, part of LSU's contingent meeting with the media on Thursday up there in Omaha. And he talked about dreaming of playing at the College World Series every day since he's been at LSU. And part of what's driven him to that has driven him to excellence. And certainly, as the saying goes, to the victor go the spoils. Well, more of the spoils continuing earlier this week for Paul Skeens. It was the Dick Hauser Award. Today, we learned that Dylan Cruz has won the Bobby Bragan Award, which is the Bobby Bragan National Collegiate Slugger Award, the best hitter in college baseball. Cruz, his .434 batting average, third in the nation. Of course, his 17 homers. He is the presumptive number one pick in the upcoming draft. This award originally started in 2017 as an honor going to the best hitter in the state of Texas. They expanded it to a regional award. Now it is a national award. Ivan Melendez from Texas won it a year ago, and now Dylan Cruz wins the Bobby Bragan Slugger Award for 2023. Dylan Cruz and Paul Skeens, by the time this is all said and done, man, and I think about this sometimes with these guys who win these types of awards and are that decorated, like, what do you do with all of your stuff? Like, all of the awards, when you win that many things, what do you do with them? Like, here's Paul Skeens, who today got, with Jay Johnson there, who today received the Dick Hauser Award. And one of the cool photos that LSU published on their Twitter, if you didn't see it, is Skeens with Dr. Eddie Furness, who, of course, won. There it is right there, who won it in 1998. So if you're watching here on YouTube or WBTR, that's, of course, Skeens on the right and Dr. Eddie Furness on the left. The photo is at the LSU Twitter, social media, if you want to check it out. But so there's LSU's two Dick Hauser Award winners, which is so cool. By the way, Eddie Furness is not a small man. And Paul Skeens towers over Dr. Furness. That right there, looking at this photo where Furness comes up to maybe Skeens' nose, he's half a head taller. Skeens is half a head taller than Eddie Furness. That's pretty incredible, indicative of just how big and physically big and imposing of a figure as Skeens is. So anyway, congrats to Skeens. Congrats to Cruz on winning the Bobby Bragan Award. And those two are two of the three finalists, along with Jack Caglione from Florida for the Golden Spikes Award, which will be awarded here shortly as well. All All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. One of the big questions there in Omaha is, as it pertains to LSU and Tennessee, or what were the coaches going to do with their pitching? I think we're all operating under the assumption that Paul Skeens is going to start game one for LSU for all of the reasons we've said. You start him game one, that would allow you to potentially have him back for the if necessary game on Thursday to either send you to the championship series or your season ends. That would also conceivably be the only way that Skeens could, again, conceivably pitch 3 times in Omaha. He would have to throw on Saturday. So that's my assumption. I don't see a path for LSU, barring something out of this world. I don't see a path for LSU to win it through the losers bracket. Because remember, you're going to play Saturday. You get Sunday off. You're going to play Monday either way, win or lose. You're either in the winner's bracket or the loser's bracket game on Monday. If you lose either Saturday or Monday, then you have to play again Tuesday, then against the loser of the winner's bracket game. And then if you win that, you've got to play Wednesday against the team that's 2-0. And if you win that, then you have to come back and beat that team again on Thursday. So conceivably, if you lose either Saturday or Monday, either of your first 2 games, then to make it to the championship series, you have to win Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Take Friday off and then go win 2 of your next 3, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't think LSU has the pitching to make it through that. You are so disadvantaged in this format if you lose either of your first 2 games. So I'm not saying it's impossible, and I think a team like Tennessee, a team like Wake Forest, they probably have the pitching depth to be able to pull themselves out of that. For LSU to do something like that, they would need something extraordinary from a guy like Javen Coleman or someone like that, or Blake Money, who they could give the ball to and go shove for 6 innings to get them through a game where the bats come alive. It would have to be something like Caleb Gilbert gave you in 2017. It's happened. It can happen. It's just not a likely scenario. It's certainly not the easiest scenario. So give the ball to Paul Skeens on Saturday. Go win game 1. By the way, the Tigers are minus 220 against Tennessee on Saturday night. So a pretty significant favorite for a game of this magnitude with teams of this caliber. But that just goes to show you the advantage that the Paul Skeens gives LSU when they're out there. So LSU and Tennessee, 6 o'clock on Saturday night from Omaha. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Weekend is upon us. Tigers don't play till 6 on Saturday, so maybe you've done your shopping online and it's time to go for a test drive. Go do it on Saturday. Get on by South Point Volkswagen, Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer. As so many dealerships have struggled with inventory, you drive around town, you'll see car dealerships with just empty car lots. They've just never replenished their inventory. Not the case at South Point Volkswagen. They have inventory on the lot, and as we always tell you, if it is on the lot, it is online at southpointvw.com. Southpointvw.com. You can see every vehicle, new and certified pre-owned. You can search the inventory right there, and they have pictures of the actual vehicle that's there on the lot, not just a stock photo. They have pictures of the actual vehicle that's there on the lot at South Point Volkswagen. So go to southpointvw.com. That's southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? All right, it's after further review. I don't want to spend a ton of time on this because we are going to be baseball heavy, and Terrio is here in 36 minutes. But the Saints wrapped up mini camp on Thursday. And part of this mini camp, we knew that the Saints had several tryout players. And they have, in fact, signed 3 of their tryout players. And I want to run through each of them. We could talk a little bit about it here, but not in signing 3, they also had to waive 3 players as well. So we'll talk about the players that they waived. Not really of great significance. It's just the ones that had to go. Yasir Durant, the offensive lineman, wide receiver Malik Flowers, and running back Sir Roderick Thompson. Those are the 3 that were waived in order to make room for center Billy Price, wide receiver Lynn Bowden, who's someone we did discuss earlier this week, and wide receiver Kiki Kuti, who also worked out for the Saints this week. Okay, so let me take a minute here and talk about each of them, and I'll start with Billy Price. And I think this one is maybe, of the 3, the most significant. Billy Price was a former first-round pick. He was a first-round pick of Cincinnati back in 2018. And he's a guy that has played a lot of football since he's come into the NFL. Now, he had some injuries early in his career, which cost him his opportunity early. But he has played 69 career games. He has started 45 times. And he has played all three interior offensive line positions, center and both guard spots. As a matter of fact, last year in 2022, he finished the season with the Arizona Cardinals and ended up playing center for the final 11 games of the season there in Arizona. So you're talking about a guy here who has valuable experience at center and both guard spots, is a talented enough player that when he was coming out of college was a first-round draft pick. While he has had some injuries, he's also played a ton, and he continues to get opportunities. The other thing I'll remind you is when Arizona signed him to finish last season at center, they signed him off of the Raiders practice squad. So yet again, the Derek Carr impact is being felt. We talked about Lynn Bowden, another player we're just about to talk about in a second, who was drafted by the Raiders and was traded before he ever played. But here's Billy Price, again, another guy that was on the Raiders practice squad, got signed off the practice squad by Arizona, finished the season there. Now he's in New Orleans, reunited with Derek Carr. So for that very obvious tie, Foster Moreau, Brian Edwards, Billy Price, Lynn Bowden, we can go down the list of guys that played with Derek Carr with the Raiders who are now with the New Orleans Saints. He is very clearly helping the Saints handpick some guys that he really likes a lot. Price, I think, could be significant, and I don't want to overreact, but one of the things we often talk about, of course, is that the interior offensive line, or just offensive line positions for that matter, it's the highest injury rate per position in the NFL. So you need depth. And we see it every year where you need depth on the offensive line, and more than depth, you need versatility. Typically, you've got your 5 starters, and then you've got 2 or 3 guys that give you depth. A guy that could give you depth as a rotating tackle, someone that can give you depth on the interior, or maybe a swing guy that can play on either side of the line or center like Billy Price, who can play 3 positions for you. And I'll remind you, when Maddie Hudak was here with us giving us our camp report, she mentioned Andrus Peat playing left tackle, something we've seen him do in a pinch this year during his career, backing up Teron Armstead as a left tackle. We saw Cesar Ruiz when Eric McCoy was hurt in 2021 and he missed 4 games. It was Ruiz who slid from guard to center, backing up Eric McCoy. And that may still be the preferred option. But if you have a guy like Billy Price on your roster giving you depth, then he could either play center, or if you slide Ruiz to center, Price plays guard, where he's played plenty in his career. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have a versatile piece that as you start to move the pieces on the chessboard, you've got a guy that where versatility is so valuable is able to do that immediately. So that is, I think, potentially the one that's most significant, because in the last 2 years, we've seen every one of the New Orleans Saints starting offensive linemen injured and missed time at some point, except for Cesar Ruiz last year, who was like the Iron Man and played every game. The other 2 players are both receivers. Moose, do me a favor. Give me the cut from yesterday of Dennis Allen talking about the competition in this minicamp, because I want you to hear it, because he mentions 3 positions, and there's one in particular. 2 I somewhat brushed aside, one as sort of obvious, and there was one that I kind of pushed back and said if you have competition at cornerback, that's a problem, because you should go into the season knowing who your starting defensive backs are. And if you don't know that, that's a problem. But listen to what Dennis Allen said.
I think there's a lot of competition in a lot of different areas. You know, kicker being one of them. I think there's some good competition in the defensive backfield. I think there's some good competition at the wide receiver position. So I was saying the other day, I feel like we've got some pretty good depth in terms of the start of training camp. So that's one of the things that has me excited.
You're going to hear me say this a bunch, between now and when the final or the first 53-man roster is revealed. We can be very high on this group of receivers because of what their potential is. Chris Olave could take another step towards superstardom. Michael Thomas could be back healthy and look like the guy he did in the first 4 years of his career. Rashid Shaheed could be the blow the top off the defense guy consistently over 17 weeks. All those things could happen. Or Chris Olave could have a sophomore slump. Michael Thomas could get injured again. Rashid Shaheed could not live up to the promise, considering there's more film out on him now. You all know how I feel about Traquan Smith. A.T. Perry, the rookie from Wake Forest, I'm very high on him, but can he make the transition to the NFL? We'll see. And you brought in Brian Edwards via free agency. You have James Washington via free agency. You've got a lot of options at receiver. A lot of them. And what seems like a lot of really good options at receiver. But we will not know the answer to that until they actually go play. It's not like a year ago when you started the season with first-round draft pick Chris Olave, Michael Thomas coming off of injury, and we were excited because he was finally back, and Jarvis Landry. You knew, boom, who your dudes were. Now, Thomas and Jarvis got hurt. Olave had a great year, and then you were seeking out other options, right? We were talking last year, man, Marquez Callaway, who 2 years ago became your number one receiver with all the injuries. He was your fourth, at best, he was your fourth best receiver. Like, that showed the depth they had a year ago. We saw how it went. So will it go poorly again this year? Will guys stay healthy and live up to the potential? The fact that the Saints keep adding more receivers, to me, is validation of the question of the concern that they're not exactly sure what they have with these guys. Now, we talked about Lynn Bowden when they were bringing him in. Lynn Bowden is a super dynamic guy who was he was drafted in the third round by the Raiders in 2020. Before he ever played for the Raiders, they traded him to Miami. He's bounced around a little bit due to injury, but when he's been on the field, he's been productive. He was a super versatile, dynamic guy at Kentucky. And Kiki Kuti finished this last year with the Indianapolis Colts. He played for the Texans from 2018 to 2020. He was a guy that was a fourth-round draft pick. So you're talking about guys that have NFL experience, and I like that you've brought in James Washington, you've brought in Brian Edwards, you've got Lynn Bowden, you've got Kiki Kuti, you've got guys that are young NFL veterans that are going to potentially try to beat out some of these young guys trying to earn a roster spot and see if they can get their spot on the field. So there is going to be great competition at the receiver position, and I would tell you that I think that is the most interesting position battle that's going to wage in training camp whenever they start, because it certainly feels like the only thing that's a certainty there is Chris Olave. It feels like everything else would be up for grabs. Now, if Michael Thomas is healthy, he's a certainty as well, but that's a giant if at this point. So Saints wave 3, sign 3, center Billy Price, and wide receivers Lynn Bowden and Kiki Kuti coming out of their minicamp this week. All right, it's after further review. We'll knock out a quick break. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Get on by this Friday. Stock your stash. Get ready for a little baseball this weekend and for Father's Day. You're not sure what to get Dad. Gift cards from Don Juan Cigar Bar are an amazing option. Let him go pick out what he wants at Don Juan Cigar Company right next door. It's Don Juan Cigar Company and Don Juan Cigar Bar right there in Town Center. We'll knock out a quick break, come back, go around the SEC. Terrio in 26 minutes. Don't you move.
AFR.
Brought to you by Rouse's. Tigers play tomorrow. Father's Day is on Sunday. So anything you need for the weekend, they got you at Rouse's. I would always recommend you to grab the Rouse's branded products. When you see something with the Rouse's label on it, they go to great extents and great ends to make sure that they're using locally sourced ingredients in all of their individually labeled, private labeled products at Rouse's. Hey, look, Father's Day's on Sunday. I've been telling you, our Father's Day sort of tradition is we host Father's Day at our house for our whole extended family. And instead of having anybody cook, we just get food from Rouse's. We go into the market there at Rouse's. We order brisket and pulled pork. Actually, as a matter of fact, Erica ordered it yesterday. All the sides and everything. We'll just go by on Sunday morning, pick it up, heat it, and serve it. And we'll have a feast for the whole family on Father's Day. You can do that as well. If you need anything for the game watch tomorrow for the Tigers or for Father's Day, get to Rouse's.
This summer, retirement is a state of mind. Whether it's a mid-morning activity or an early bird special. Grab a Coors Light and chill like you're retired.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
Purchase your tracks today.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
2-2 in Omaha, Oral Roberts and TCU. TCU got the party started there with a solo shot. Thought they couldn't hit homers in Omaha. Crazy, right? That was pretty good.
Just wild.
And wind blowing in on that shot. I was sitting upstairs in the office watching it. Wind was blowing
incredible.
in. And we got it out with the wind blowing.
But the park, it's so big. There's so much foul territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The balls are also juiced, and they've livened up the bats.
And the strike zone is is a friggin' postage stamp.
Yeah. I think that has varied. I would love to see. So what Muse is referring to is that just SEC, or is that across college baseball where they put the standards where they're judging or grading the umpires?
The SEC, as far as I know, but for what it's worth, Jeff had an SEC umpires behind home plate today, and it's been tight.
Notable. And so the theory is, and you tell me if I'm wrong on this, because I've just heard people talk about this. The theory is that because these SEC umpires are being graded now, so essentially after a game, they'll go look at the K-zone, right? And say, what was your hit rate percentage-wise? And so as a result of that, they're saying that umpires are inadvertently or intentionally shrinking the strike zone. Is that about right?
No, yes.
So I'll admit I don't watch games with that through that purview like that intentionally to where I'm going, I think this is a tighter zone or not. And I haven't noticed any grave inconsistency. And you know me, I'm the give me K zone.
Right.
All umps in every sport are bad at their job. All refs in every sport are bad at their job. Mostly what I look for in baseball, though, is the only thing that would really upset me, understanding that every umpire day-to-day, game-to-game is going to have a different strike zone. I just want to see, everyone says, I want it consistent both ways. If you're going to call a pitch low and away for one guy, call it low and away for the other one. Like, that's really the only thing that I look for. And I don't know that I've noticed any grave inconsistency this year in college baseball. I mean, you feel like you've noticed it like that dramatically?
Yeah, because of what you said, is it so much the SEC? Like, if I were to flip on and watch, like earlier this year, I was watching Wake Forest and Florida State, and the strike zone was bigger. It was still that half ball off the plate, where in the SEC, it's not.
Or was it just that umpire that day?
But that is an inconsistency, though, is what I'm talking about.
But that
could be baseball. That's fine.
Yeah.
For me, I have noticed a difference in the strike zone this year. It is tight. I think what they have done, they have tried to improve the game, and they have made it worse, in my opinion. It's just, I think the strike zone varies from inning to inning because of it, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't know how you can argue they've made the game worse when we're seeing more offense in the game now than we have in 20 years.
Because I don't need 13 to 10 games. I don't want to watch that. That's not what I want. The happy medium that I think you had a couple years ago.
I don't think we've had the happy medium.
I think you were closer to it.
I can't remember a happy medium time when I'm like, this is better. I think we've seen LSU's home run numbers jump significantly this year because the lineup is incredible.
I think that's fair, yes.
Across college baseball, we've seen power numbers go up, and I think that's why people speak of the ball, and that's completely valid. And they have livened up the bats more than when they went to the BB core and they just completely deadened the bats in 2011. But maybe I'm on an island. I just think sometimes we do get caught. I'm not accusing you of this, Muse, but I just think sometimes we do get caught in a sort of echo chamber of opinions. And I do my best to say, all right, let me just watch this game as objectively as I can and see if I notice anything drastic. And I just can't say that I've noticed anything drastic with it. But look, we'll all be watching a lot of different teams from a lot of different, well, not a lot of different leagues, but from different leagues and different umpires in a different park. And so this will be somewhat telling. But I haven't noticed in this game, though, them putting up K-zone.
Yeah, I noticed it too. We were supposed to have that. What happened to that?
I don't know.
Did they hear T-Bob just complain about it? And we're like, okay, we can't do it now?
Maybe. Or maybe they'll just do it for championship series. Maybe they'll do it selective ABs or something like that. I don't know what ESPN's plan is with that, but typically in Omaha, they do use the K-zone. So, and to be like perfectly fine, I'm okay if they don't use it for college baseball. Like this was the point that I was making with T-Bob the other day when we were talking about it. For those who missed it on Scone and T, he hates K-zone. I love K-zone. But I understand it's why I'm okay with an expanded strike zone in college baseball. Yes. The example I gave was like when I go watch my 13-year-old nephew play baseball, I don't want K-zone. Right. Because if that happened, then it would be a merry-go-round of walks and nobody would ever have a strike called, ever. So when you're at the major league level, I mean, think about how many great pitchers we're going to watch in Omaha that will not sniff Major League Baseball.
And that's the thing, too. I think
they deserve to be held to a different standard.
And you're seeing a lot more Major League umpires kind of trickle down into the college game, and I think that's affecting it, too. Like, there's 5 Major League umpires in the World Series.
That's fair.
Not all of them are from the SEC. So, I mean, I think that's just part of it as well. And I don't necessarily love that. But
we were supposed to go around the SEC right here, and I went long. So let me just remind you about our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com. GCOPnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. Face-to-face sales, service after the sale, amazing local company right here in Baton Rouge, but not only just Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, North Shore. They service the Gulf Coast. They're based out of Baton Rouge, service the Gulf Coast, and they are a national leader among Savin dealers. It's incredible. They win like their national awards among Savin dealers, but they will service all makes and models. So if you need that office equipment, tell you all the time about interactive whiteboards, the big all-in-one machines you may have at your office. They have it all. They do it better than anyone. They service you better than anyone. It's Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com. I did have, there wasn't much significant around the SEC. We're talking about college baseball. There were some commitments and things like that. Kentucky's losing a coach, and they lost an assistant baseball coach. They're bringing back a former player as an assistant coach. It's okay. We'll move through it today to keep it moving. Muse is going to get to Tigers and the Pros when we come back. And Terrio here in about 15 minutes. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. Check out our friends over at ProCharge. Of course, I tell you all the time, if you are a business owner, if you have a commercial building, for your home or your office building, you need to have an electric vehicle charger or charging station as an amenity for your customers, as an amenity for your employees, as a revenue generator for your business, whatever it may be. Maybe you own an apartment complex. Certainly that's an amenity that would be an excellent amenity for your tenants. But think about a revenue generator where people will come, tap to pay to use your charger, and then you get paid on that passively. It's ProCharge EV. They sell the best chargers in the world. As a company partnered with NLX out of Italy, it's ProCharge EV. ProChargeEV.com. ProChargeEV.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Relentless reporting gets results.
I'm never going to stop until we get the answers you need.
Uncovering more as the powerful try to cover things up.
What happens in the dark will always come to light.
Founding new principles and practices for the state of Louisiana.
Chief Investigative Reporter Chris Nakamoto.
Chris Nakamoto and the Investigative Unit. Recipients of Columbia University's prestigious DuPont Award.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens. After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
I believe we're playing the best baseball that we have all year right now, and very proud of being here. And with that being said, we're highly motivated to continue our streak of our best baseball right now, and can't wait to get on a field, and very proud and very honored to bring this group of players to Omaha.
Jay Johnson, not wrong. Tigers swept through the regional. They swept through the super regional. Many of the questions or concerns that people rose about the bullpen seem to have been assuaged a bit here throughout the first 2 rounds of the postseason, as LSU's gotten really good outings out of the bullpen. So by and large, I'm not sure that you could ask for much more from LSU right now. Sort of as healthy as they've been in some time, as much confidence as you could have, not only in your starters, but also your bullpen, and the offense is just, well, what they've been all year. So exciting is LSU and Tennessee. We'll get at it tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. Terrio in about 9 minutes from right now. Because it is a Friday right now, Muso will have Tigers in the Pros.
Tigers in the Pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where Baton Rouge gets engaged.
All right, we'll start with an update from something we left you with yesterday. Aaron Nola, he had just been pulled from the game whenever we did Tigers in the Pros. So we gave you his line, 6 2/3. 4 earned, 9 punch-outs in the game. He was clinging to a one-run lead. The Phillies did, in fact, hold on. Aaron Nola gets the dub, now 6-5 on the year.
Cali High!
There it is, yep. The obligatory Catholic High cheer there. Alex Lang. Wasn't a save situation, but the Tigers... No. But the Tigers said, to hell with it. We'll throw him out there anyway. And he responded with a shutout inning.
Hey!
1 strikeout, 18 pitches, 11 for strikes. Tigers got the win 8-4 over the Minnesota Twins. Tonight in Major League Baseball, Kevin Gausman will be on the mound for the Blue Jays, seeking win number 6 on the year. 5-3, 86 2/3 innings. About 117 punch-outs to 22 walks for Kevin Gausman. Just having another fantastic season there. We'll go to minor league baseball. A.J. Labus of the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles got save number 3 last night. Perfect inning of relief with 1 punch out. Getting 3 saves for Labus. The Midland Rockhounds and Greg Dykman. What a night for Greg Dykman yesterday.
All right, Greg.
Yeah, you got to love to see it. 2 for 4. Home run, 5th of the year. 3 RBI in the game and a run scored. Needed. Got the average up to 215 as Dykman tries to figure out a way back to the show here.
Brother Martin, stand up. He needs to paint his back green.
Dude, the lightsaber was so good. That thing, he launched some balls with that. Andrew Stevenson follows up a solid night last night. On Wednesday night with another solid night on Thursday night. You had something?
Someone messaged me, I didn't mean to interrupt you, that Stevenson has actually changed affiliation.
Yeah, he's with the Twins.
Okay.
That's my bad. We actually reported on that in Tigers in the Pros whenever it happened.
We just need to get an updated photo of him with his new squad. It's just not always easy to find minor league photos.
There's not a lot of coverage of the St. Paul Saints, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're AAA, but not a lot there.
But you know what? Maybe they got. I bet you they do on Twitter.
Good market. Good market. St. Paul, Minnesota, Twin Cities, right? Yeah, let's see what we got. Stevenson, 2 for 4 last night. A triple and a home run. 4th triple of the year.
Oh, here it
5th
is.
Homer of the year. 2 runs scored and an RBI. Hitting .310. Get him a call up.
I got video of the homer. Here it is.
Oh, here we go.
Beck, if you want to take it, there it is. There's old Steve-O. There he is.
Is the swing still the same, or has he changed it up a little?
Got him.
Still the same, man.
Rights are, that's like straightaway center.
Straightaway center
How
field.
about it? Boom.
Barreled it up.
That a babe.
Barreled it up.
A babe, Steve-O.
Love it. I mean, look, he did his part, man. They only put up 3 runs, but he definitely did his part last night, 2 for 4, the triple and the homer. We wrap it up with Jake Slaughter, we wrap up baseball with Jake Slaughter, who continues to rake in AAA as well with the Iowa Cubs. 2 for 4 last night for Slaughter. Both singles, but another run scored and another RBI, giving him 51 on the season to go along with the 255 batting average. U.S. Open update here as we close out Tigers in the Pros. Sam Burns ended up, we played the ace for you yesterday towards the end of the show. Went birdie, ace, birdie. Then it got a little tough for him. Ended up with a round of 1 under 69 yesterday. Was out early today, even par 70. So Sam Burns sitting there at 1 under par. Currently 8 shots off the lead, but looking good when it comes to a cut and playing the weekend.
What's the cut line?
cut line. I saw it earlier because Jordan Spieth's on it. Cut line is 2 over par.
Okay, good.
So
Right.
he's comfortable there. Tied for 23rd at 1 under.
No, through the round, I'm sorry.
He's done.
Oh, he's done for
Yes,
today.
he was
Okay.
even today.
Okay.
Early wave today for Sammy. That's Tigers in the pros.
All right, presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, LMFJ.com, LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Gentlemen, if you're thinking of popping the question, go where Baton Rouge and all of Louisiana has gone to get engaged for more than 30 years. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, LMFJ.com. Terrio, hour 2, next.
AFR.
This morning, I was over at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Told you for years, hormone replacement therapy, something that has helped really change my life. Helped me as a guy now in my 40s feel like my younger self. The example I always give to people, when people ask me about hormone replacement therapy, they say, well, generally how, because this is not something we talk about much publicly, but, what should your testosterone or other hormone levels be? Well, it varies based on age. But the thing that I always tell people is look at a president when they go into office and then when they come out of office, how much they age. Stress is an aging accelerant. It is. That's something that happened to me in my life when my son was sick and we were in the hospital for 9 months. And I wasn't aware of how much it aged me until I started feeling good again. Maybe the same's true for you. A simple blood test can let you know. TheAntiAgingClinics.com. All this month, introductory pricing for hormone replacement therapy online. TheAntiAgingClinics.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Get 3.99% financing at Corvette Toyota in Opelousas on select 2023 models. And we also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down to my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. I'm ready what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down to
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver suspends Grizzlies guard Ja Morant for 25 games to start next season, calling Morant's behavior reckless and irresponsible. This is Morant's second suspension after a gun-related incident, but ESPN's Tim McMahon believes it's not the time for Memphis to give up on their star player.
Memphis has never had a player with this kind of a talent. They might never have another one. So I think that you have to, as the Grizzlies organization, exhaust every possible way you can have to maximize this guy's potential.
Tim McMahon on Greeny. Mike Dunleavy Jr. is the new GM of the Golden State Warriors. Dunleavy promoted from Vice President of Basketball Ops to take over for Bob Myers, who stepped down after 11 seasons. Round 2 at the U.S. Open in Los Angeles, Wyndham Clark and Ricky Fowler now share the lead at 9 under par. Tiger Woods will not play in the Open Championship at Royal Liverpool. Woods is recovering from ankle surgery. He had to withdraw after making the cut at the Masters.
It's Wrangler season out there. Open roads, endless horizons. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles, made for your next adventure. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Terrio. Presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette. And online at alphacustoms.net.
How's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. I'm full of good ideas.
On ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Here comes Terrio. The throw. Not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Hey, I got an idea. Don't ever bunt.
That's right.
Because what would have happened if he had bunted? What would have happened? You know what he'd been doing? Trying to slap one on the ground. Hour 2 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR, presented by Dan. One Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt.
Jacob Beck. Muso. Well, now, Beck, I'm talking about him now.
Right here, this guy.
Oh, my bag.
Thank you, Friar.
Terrio. All right, Terrio.
Show me!
So, a drama. TCU in the bottom of the 8th puts up a 3-spot on Oral Roberts to go up 5-2. Top 9, Oral Roberts.
They put him to bed. Oh,
Oral Roberts with first and second, nobody out. Down 2. It's 5-3. First and second, nobody out.
Oh!
Like a bunch of idiots.
He did it again.
No, it's just long.
Oh, he almost
like
did.
a bunch of idiots. What did they try to do?
Bunt.
They tried to bunt. What happened? He struck out. So they were trying to move the runners to second and third with a stupid bunt, and he struck out. And then what did the next guy up do?
He clipped him.
Boom! 3-run yak, swing away, hit bombs, never bunt. What would old boy have been doing if he had gotten the bunt down and you had second and third with one out? What would he have been trying to do?
Trying to just fillet a ball to the right side.
Let me just dink one over there. Let me just see if I can get this run. Bleep, bleep. No.
Can you believe
Swing away and hit bombs. Never bunt.
How happy he is.
Well, look, man. So Oral Roberts from the dead, man.
Clipped him.
Down 5-2, top 9.
That's a base hit, too.
Yeah. Oh, that was close. Down 5-2, top 9. Oral Roberts comes back. They've put up a 4-spot, top 9 to go up 6-5. There are 2 outs, runner on first, and Oral Roberts is going to be 3 outs away from beating TCU in the first game of the College World Series. So we'll see. Maybe they can tack on a little more. Runner first with 2 outs. So how's Terrio's here, by the way? So how's your week gone?
The week's been good, man. It's been a really good week. Omaha.
Have you been wearing your 38 hat?
No, not yet.
What about have you chosen what sticker you're putting on the grocery getter yet?
Still working on it. I'm still working.
You let me know when you do.
I'm still working on it. I'll take a picture of it when I do, and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you do.
It's been a good week.
Good.
We got soccer regionals coming up this week.
Where are soccer regionals?
They're in Baton Rouge this year. We had to go to Nashville last year. It could be anywhere, but at Burbank Soccer Complex. So we lucked out.
Nashville to the Burbank Soccer Complex.
I know. It was just Baton Rouge's turn to host.
What and what?
So it's good. So that happens. That's coming up this week. So we've been preparing for that. And then
shout out to the Burbank Soccer Complex, though. I think like half of Baton Rouge is there on Saturday mornings.
Oh, it's getting ready to be hairy over there. So that's
for real.
Yeah. So we're preparing for that, and then but the week itself has been good. There's been some crazy weather this week.
Crazy.
Really all over, like in our area, all around here, know. And so that's kept the phones at HUDCO ringing. But
364-1007. Shout out 364-1007. HUDCOroofing.com.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, did someone call your phone right now? 364-1007.
Not yet, but they may. Mary and Randy are in Europe.
What?
That's a thing. Yeah.
What are Mary and Randy Terrio doing in Europe? Vacation?
Yeah.
Little retire vacation?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. They're in Europe. They're going all, whatever you do in Europe. Like, I don't know, where do you go? Italy and all that stuff.
France?
They're doing France.
England?
Maybe.
Spain? España?
Yeah, they're in Spain right now.
Madrid?
They're in Madrid right now.
Wow.
They are. And so,
do they want an adoptive son?
Yes,
I would love to join.
A great
party.
Little deal. So, my dad started packing for this trip 3 months ago.
Why?
Just because that's him, right? So he's got this big giant duffel bag he's got on his back. Looks like I don't know where he's going. Like, it's just so funny. So they're prepared. They've been prepared and packed and, all this stuff. They're older and they want to be ready, and
3 months ready.
They're ready. And so what happens when they land?
Oh, they lost his luggage. Oh, and that's like when you lost your luggage in Europe. Yeah. That's not like your bags went to New Orleans instead of Baton Rouge. Like that's Europe, bro.
I lost some luggage.
We regret to inform you that your bags are actually in Russia.
Hey, make it. I didn't know. Yeah, so I got to talk to him.
In Eastern Europe.
I got to talk to him about it, and I did chuckle a little bit. Anyway, but so I wrote a letter, and I like to share about vacations because I've been paying attention on social. Everybody's going on these vacations. So anyway,
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, so here we go. So this is to the over-the-top vacationers. Okay, you can't open up Instagram today and scroll through without seeing some of your friends taking a picture in front of the Eiffel Tower or in front of the Vatican. Like that's a thing.
Lucky.
Okay. Is it just me, or is hopping on a plane and heading over to Europe kind of like running over to Pensacola nowadays? Like when I was a kid, I didn't know anybody that went to Europe. Now everybody goes to Europe. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it.
I don't know what you mean.
Did you have any friends as kids? Do you ever remember saying this? Hey, Mom, Eric's in Europe right now. Did you ever? No, you didn't, because it didn't happen.
I had no concept that there were people with wealth until I got to high school.
Me neither. Okay? I'm jealous of the kid riding down the slide at Blue Bayou. All right? Meanwhile, I'm at Sharp Road Park with some garden hose that we stole from somebody, shooting it at people.
And you know what? We were completely content doing it, too.
Right.
Riding our bikes to Antioch Road Park in Shenandoah to go play baseball in a field with no fence.
That's it.
And we were pumped.
That was your vacation. You load up the old station wagon, dude, and now we can load up the old station wagon and go over to Cajun Palms in Henderson for the weekend and have the time of your life. Dude, look at Instagram. they're jumping on PJs and going to Turks and Caicos for the weekend like it's nothing.
I'm so jealous.
It's just a thing. I don't get it. It amazes me the amount of people that know the inside and outside, know the Fritz Riviera inside and out, but they've never set foot in Margaritaville and Biloxi. It's a good spot.
First Instagram post that came up.
Okay, well, Hudco, yeah.
Hudco.
Because we're grinders.
Shout out Sherry.
What happened to the good old US of A, Matt? That's what I want to know when we go on vacation. Why don't we do that? We've got some pretty cool stuff over here that y'all should definitely check out before leaving the country. And I want to talk about them.
Okay.
Just a few. Start off with just Louisiana here. Just Louisiana alone. Got tons of great vacation destinations. Thunderbird Beach is an oldie but goodie. Sure, you may step on a syringe or two, but the vibe is off the charts. The locals at Thunderbird Beach couldn't be more friendly. It's inexpensive, and you're sure to create lasting memories.
Okay.
Next on the list would be Evangeline Downs. Familiar?
Racetrack?
Yeah, dang right. Horse races, Evangeline Downs.
Is that
Evangeline Downs
on the West Bank?
Evangeline Downs over there, yeah, the Lafayette
Lafayette.
area.
Lafayette.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
fun
yeah.
for
Yeah.
Evangeline
Okay,
Downs. It's fun for the whole family. If it's secondhand smoke you're looking for, this place has it. Not to mention the buffet that's sure to give you the runs for at least 24 hours. Name me a better way to lose 5 pounds than watching broke-down horses run the wrong way on a track. And you can even people watch some of South Louisiana's finest. That's Evangeline Downs. Love that spot. Love it.
I would like to invite the Louisiana Department of Tourism to advertise with this if they'd like to sponsor the Riot Radio.
Here we go. One of my personal favorites is the evening riverboat cruise in New Orleans. Whew. Don't mistake the gunshots for fireworks.
On the Mississippi Queen?
Be sure to get low and you should be fine. When you start hearing the popping, the smell of doo-doo and rotting animal carcasses can be a turn-off to some, but it sure beats the way that the Bourbon Street smells. That's the riverboat cruise in New Orleans. You can take a short drive west over to Lake Charles. You can stay at one of the very few nice casino resorts for a couple days.
Okay.
Slot machines, card tables, sports books available. You're sure to stay busy. Once the sun goes down and you step outside, you'll think you're looking at the Aurora Borealis. The low hum of nuclear reactors and the beautiful lights from the industrial plants are sure to mesmerize you. It's truly a must-see. That's over there in Lake Charles.
You make it all sound so appealing.
It's true. Hey, for all the racing fans out there.
Why in the world would I hop on a PJ and go to Paris when I could go to the Chuck?
Hey, listen.
Oh, man.
Why wouldn't you? For all the racing fans out there, the Capital City Dragway on 190. It's not far, right up the road. It's just a short drive for lifelong memories. Pack up the old lady, Matt, hook up the fifth wheel, and let the good times roll. These are just a few examples of wonderful vacation spots here in the U.S., specifically Louisiana, and there's really no reason to leave. Sincerely, Ryan.
Okay. It is after further review. They're in the bottom of the ninth. They're in Omaha, Nebraska. Oral is 2 outs away.
Oral's giving it to him, boy.
From advancing to the winner's bracket. Yep. They lead TCU 6-5. TCU, man, they were so pumped, too. When TCU was up 3 in the bottom of the 8th, boy, they felt like they had in the bag, didn't they?
You a fan of Oral?
I'm very proud of this baseball team. I think it's amazing what they've been able to do. A veteran team that's won 50 games this year and, was really in a world of trouble.
Yeah.
After giving up an 8-run lead in that super regional, only to come back and put themselves in the position they did here in Omaha. And now, 1 on, 1 out for the Horned Frogs, though. Oral's in a little bit of a jam here, though. They're not out of the woods yet here. They still got to get 2 more outs. How about a little ground ball?
Yeah.
A little 6-4-3 here. We'll do the trick. And Oral will advance 2 outs away. All right, it's after further review. We'll grab a quick break, and we'll do Kick Rocks next. Stick around.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by the Renaissance Hotel in Baton Rouge, right there on Bluebonnet. You been by the Renaissance? It is gorgeous.
Great restaurant in there. What's it called?
Tallulah.
Oh, that place.
Tallulah is the restaurant inside of Renaissance. It's casual upscale dining. The bar is fantastic, and they've got indoor-outdoor. So they've got what they call the terrace. So when you go outside at Tallulah, so you're in the Renaissance, the outdoor area where it's gorgeous. They have a giant water feature where you could sit in these tall top bar stools with like fire in the water. It's just an amazing ambiance to go enjoy a cocktail, a little outdoor space here on a beautiful night. There it is right there if you're watching. There's a video of it. It's the Renaissance Hotel. Tallulah inside the Renaissance Hotel. It's casual upscale dining. Get the pork chop. Just trust me, get the pork chop. If you go now, if you're going for lunch, you want something light, you get the hamburger. They got an amazing gourmet hamburger, $10, be the best burger you eat in town. But there's the pork chop right there, by the way, if you're going for dinner. Tallulah, inside the Renaissance Hotel, right there on Bluebonnet.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood can swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you can run the slalom. And cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. With personalities clashing, chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like it's Wall Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood.
Y'all better get ready to rumble. Got kind of round like a tumble. Spicy like gumbo. Spice on the bungle. Y'all look, ain't ready. Tasting the boat. Got a kind of minute in the fetty. Sharp as a machete. Don't pop down. Herbs I do.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Becoming a coach was really the only option. You know, I'm addicted to winning. I'm addicted to developing programs and helping players achieve their goals, and it was just the route that it was going to be. And you know, it's really awesome to be able to do it at LSU. I mean, it's because I view our university, our program, as the pinnacle of the sport.
Jay Johnson, I'm addicted to winning. Said on Monday, You would probably agree with me, but I said on Monday that if you gave me, you said, all right, Matt, you could have any coach in college baseball today. Like, take your pick. I don't think that I would choose anyone other than Jay Johnson.
Not this very moment, no. You better not.
And I always try to check myself because I never want to come across as like just a huge blinded homer. But the reasons that I gave primarily were he's 46, so he can coach you for another 15, 20 years potentially. Like he could be here for a long time. Mm-hmm. There are definitely coaches that are more accomplished. I mean, Tim Corbin's won national championships. Kevin O'Sullivan has a national championship. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there are coaches that have won the national championship, coaches that have more trips to Omaha than Jay. But he is a maniacal recruiter. And when he says, like, this is my life, that's not hyperbole. He doesn't have kids. His wife has worked in an athletic department. She worked at Oklahoma under Bob Stoops in their football department. Like, totally gets it. I mean, they are like so all in on making this and Jay said he's not leaving, and I believe him because you wouldn't leave LSU for another college baseball job. There just isn't another one that you would leave for. LSU's one of a couple, 3 maybe, where you're going to pay a coach what you need to pay him to keep him here and give him every resource they need and so on. So if he's not going to leave ever to go be a professional coach, you got a guy that's 46, maybe the best recruiter in the country, has already shown you he can get top-tier talent year after year after year. I don't think he's ever going to be distracted by anything. I don't know that I would take anybody else. Like I would say I will take a 20-year run with Jay Johnson over a 20-year run like whatever the next 20 years would look like with anybody else.
I think the hire itself, I mean, everybody was fired up about it, I guess, and you're seeing everything that you just said, you're seeing it come to fruition with this trip to Omaha, but the hire is extremely underrated today. I think we're going to look up in 10 or 15 years and talk about this hire similar to how did we go get an assistant coach from Miami to come reboot baseball in Baton Rouge. I mean, I think it's going to Jay will have that type of impact in 10 or 15 years. I'm not saying he's going to win 5 national championships because the game's a little bit different today than it was back then. However, I do think you're going to see consistent success year in and year out with him.
And look, Paul Maneri did that. Paul Maneri won a national championship, played in another championship series, was went to Omaha 5 times and was a national seed 6 consecutive years. That's only happened one other time. Stanford did that once. So establishing consistent success here is undeniably the standard. Like, you have got to do that. I mean, Smoke went to Omaha twice and got fired because he went 2-Q there and recruiting standards dropped, and it was like that's just not what it's going to be here. So Skip built it, Smoke let it erode, Paul rebuilt it back into a national championship program, and I trust Jay Johnson will take this baton for the next 15, 20 years, and I do believe that LSU will be a mainstay in Omaha. And look, I mean, you could be a great team and not win in Omaha. I mean, it happens. It took Skip 5 times before he won.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that's going to happen here or going to be the expectation, but I'm just saying I don't know if you agree. Like, I don't know that there's another coach in the country that I would definitively say I'd rather that guy than Jay.
Absolutely not. No, I agree with that 100%.
All right. It's After Further Review, brought to you by Mold Zero USA, mold-0usa.com. You any Mold Zero projects going over there? Huh?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. The thing about Mold Zero, and I've heard you talk about this quite a bit. We've talked about the technology, the dry fog, that it's safe, and you don't have to do anything, remove anything. You go in, you fog the room or building, whatever it is, and it kills everything, kills all the mold, smells, whatever it may be. But the thing that I like most about this company is Jim Woodworth, who is on every single job, shows up on time, makes sure each one of the customers understands exactly what's happening, takes his time. He's there actually with the guys working and doing the whole deal and explains it. Extremely smart man, and goes above and beyond the call of duty and just a wonderful, wonderful guy.
You're hired. You can do all the live reads now.
Yeah.
You're hired.
Is that good?
Yeah, good. You did my job for me. I like it. mold-0usa.com.
I don't know phone numbers, though.
That's okay. You remember their website?
Mold-0.com. You just said it.
Mold-0usa.com.
Mold-0usa.com.
You got it. There it is. Mold-0usa.com. All right. And if you don't remember the website, you can kick rocks.
It's time to kick rocks with Ryan Terrio.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge. Or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks.
Let me see.
That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
They can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Okay, U.S. Open going on.
You just took off your shoe.
I was going to talk about this in a minute.
Oh, okay, you got those at Ruckus, I know.
U.S. Open's going on. Our guy, Rory McIlroy, pretty good golfer. He wins.
Yeah, he's been a great career.
Oh, game time. Oral wins. Oral did it. Oral did it again.
What happened?
Oral did it again,
the last
bro.
out? Was it fly ball?
Yes,
fly ball?
Oral did it again. Look at Oral. Look at him.
There's a lot of people listening. They can't see. You can't just say, look at it. You have to describe what's happening. This is a radio audience. They did Ring Around the Rosie. Like, they put their gloves down like it was the outfielders put their gloves down like it was a campfire, and they held arms. They did, like, Ring Around the Rosie.
I am a fan.
Oral Roberts beats TCU.
I am a fan of Oral, bro. Holy moly. So
Oral Roberts beats TCU 6-5 to win the opener. They were down 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Responded with a 4-run top of the 9th to win 6-5
Those
over
guys
TCU.
don't like it. Those guys don't like it.
Hey, man, I'm going to say this again. It is hard, if not damn near impossible, to come out of the loser's bracket in this tournament. The way it's formatted now, you lose one of the first 2 games. I'm not saying it's over, but you are going to need a Herculean effort to win 4 games in 4 days.
Yeah, that's big. Rory McIlroy swung and missed at the U.S. Open. Whiff. He tried to hit a ball in the rough there, Matty Ice, and he missed it.
He missed the ball altogether?
He totally missed it.
He did like what my dad does when I go golfing with him. He just swings right over the top of it.
Missed it.
And did he fall down?
And he's a pro. Which happens, okay? I'm not mad about that. That's a thing, whatever. He's got had a bad day, missed it. But here's what I am pissed about. He avoided the media after. It'd have been a great chance to laugh it off, maybe, make some jokes, whatever.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He avoided the guys, which I don't
Why did he do that?
Because that's sweet.
That's what he does. It's him.
Yeah, Conor
That's
McGregor
Rory.
did a little bit with the mascot.
Oh,
for the, you remember that?
I saw that.
Conor did his deal. He was promoting some pain spray stuff, right? You get hurt. They do that in soccer a lot. When you get hurt in soccer, they run out there and they spray this stuff on the injury, and it magically heals. It's some Harry Potter type stuff that they have. Anyway, so Conor's got some of that now. He's promoting that, and so he does this skit with the mascot.
There
and
it is.
they're supposed to play like he's punching the mascot, but in all actuality, he whacked him. He really whacks him, like really punches the guy.
I still don't know how he hurt him.
And then he
got him on the ground.
Then he got him
too.
on the ground.
I don't know how. I really don't know how he hurt him though.
He got him on the side of the head, Matt. I think he got him on the side of the head, and then that was right in the nose, right in the nose, right there. But anyway, the mascot had to be taken to the hospital.
Oh,
yeah. Had to be taken to the hospital, and not good look right there. And last one, so he can kick rocks, Conor, for punching a mascot.
Kick rocks.
Antonio Brown owns an Arena League football team.
Well, you're telling Conor to kick rocks
for punching the
No, I'm gonna hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, no. I want to ask this real quick.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to ask this question real quick. And if anybody knows, tell me. This was clearly a skit that was planned. Was it planned for Conor to punch the mascot?
Probably.
Okay. So Beck's nodding his head yes. So we know that for a fact. You're not guessing. We know this. Okay. It was planned for Conor McGregor to punch the mascot. Why are we mad then that Conor McGregor punched the mascot?
Because he's a fighter, and he could have.
That was the bit.
Not to knock the guy out, though.
Well, the bit is to punch the mascot.
Yeah, but
and
not
so he
knock him
punched him. But you don't know that he's going to knock him out.
He could have hit him in the soft
He's
area, or maybe not hit him
fine.
quite as hard.
He's fine. No, I'm not going to be mad at Conor McGregor for doing the thing everybody consented to. It was a bit. They're at the finals game. He's got this pain spray. You can't be mad at the guy for doing the thing everybody knew he was going to do. Maybe. Just because a guy got hurt.
I mean, I'm not buying that pain spray now.
No, that's fine. I don't care if you buy the pain spray.
But obviously it doesn't work.
You
it
can't be
work.
mad.
They had to bring the guy to the hospital.
Well, I think he was spraying it on his knee.
Well, that was just stupid.
He laid him out, though, bro.
Hey, Antonio Brown's got an Arena League football team.
He's on an Arena League team?
He owns one.
He owns it?
Yeah. At least he had one. Well,
Why
I guess
would you buy an Arena League team?
I guess
That
he's
doesn't
technically
sound like a great investment.
Still has it. Because Antonio Brown does stupid things. But the Arena League football team has been kicked out of the league for failing to meet its financial obligations. I don't know what those are, but Antonio Brown continues to do stupid stuff, and for that, he can kick rocks.
Kick rock.
Okay. Is that all?
Yeah, that's it.
Kick Rocks brought to you by Ruckus. Ruckus103.com, 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 RUKUS. Ruckus103.com. You got those there?
Look at these beauties.
So, I'll tell you very candidly, those aren't my favorite. They're Air Max 1s.
Love Air Max
I understand
1s.
why people like them.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't my favorite.
I love these. So I picked these up, and I picked up a pair of sick Vans.
I did see your Vans. You posted them on social media.
Yeah, love those. That's my second pair of Vans in as many weeks.
You like them?
I'm kind of on a kick. I'm going to be honest. Went by Ruckus, checked them out. Everybody in my family got a pair of shoes except for Jonna. She's really pissed off about that.
Why didn't she get
Wasn't
any
my
shoes?
fault. She could have gotten a pair of shoes. She didn't. I guess she just didn't want a pair that day, but she keeps reminding me every day that I didn't buy her a pair, but whatever. Anyway, great visit. As always, super nice and helpful.
I love Ruckus.
And you know what I got too, Matt?
What?
I got a pair of jeans.
You told me you love their jeans.
Well, here's the thing. I bought a pair of jeans from Ruckus in 2009.
Okay. Hang on, let me go check out the
I
jeans.
still wear those jeans.
From 09, huh?
Yes.
Bottoms. There we go. Let's see. Jeans here.
Find them. I'm gonna show you.
I
the
don't
ones
I don't
got.
know what they are. I mean, I'm just scrolling on the website.
yeah,
They
but
got a
keep-
lot of different stuff.
No, but they had the jeans I got and I wore them the other day. They're good.
I mean, candidly, I don't know that I'm gonna wear the jeans. Well, you know, look, there's some jeans
Yeah,
right
they
there.
are.
Are they Lean Dean?
The gritty
Climber pant?
no, they're
Gritty
the-
Jackson? These?
No, they're lean Deans. They're lean Deans.
Lean Deans.
I got
Here you
lean
go.
Deans.
Lean Deans. There you go.
That's what I got.
There you go.
They weren't that color, but I got lean Deans,
Okay.
and I like them a lot.
All right. Lean Dean.
That's them.
Nudie jeans. Is that what that says? Nudie jeans?
Yeah, they're nudies. I don't know what that means.
I'm probably just gonna stick with the footwear.
Bro, try some on when you go in next time.
I might.
Why wouldn't you? You got time.
That's true. I do love Ruckus though. They treat you great. Ruckus right there on Jones Creek in Baton Rouge. Ruckus103.com. That's RUKUS. Ruckus103.com. Go get you some SBs, man. Look at those.
Oh, I bought Tilly a pair of SBs.
What did you get him?
He told me he felt 10 years younger.
Good for him.
That was
Dude,
his
have you
exact
seen these yet? I love these, the SB Dunks. Check those out. Do you love those?
Oh, man, those are
I love
sick.
those.
Sweet beats.
They don't have my size. Dang it.
You like those, huh?
That's the challenge of being a 13. Sometimes it's hard to find your size because they don't always keep, not just Ruckus, but anywhere, keeps a ton of inventory of your size. But they do a good job, though. Ruckus103.com. Okay, it's after further review. By the way, if you're just joining us, our friends at Mockler Beverage, great partners of LSU for just so many years, and Bud Light are giving away 2 pair of tickets to the game tomorrow, right here on the show. To win the tickets, all you have to do is text hashtag CWS to our show text line, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Text with the hashtag CWS. If you want to explain why you want the tickets, that's cool too. We're going to do a randomizer at the end of the show, and we'll have 2 winners. So each winner will get a pair of tickets.
Oh.
So 2 pair of tickets, 2 winners, 1 winner per pair. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I'm explaining that. So 4 total tickets, 2 winners. Each winner gets 2 tickets. Courtesy of Mockler Beverage, Budweiser, and Bud Light, the official beer of AFR.
Love the Mockler guys.
I do love the Mockler
They're
guys.
great.
They've been awesome. And gals. They've been awesome. They've been awesome. Okay, it's after further review. Let's knock out a quick break. We will come back and we'll talk a little bit. We'll recap CWS Game 1 here, which has gone final. Oral Roberts beating TCU. And I'll get Terrio's early thoughts here on LSU and Tennessee tomorrow out at the College World Series. Stick around with us here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by eXp Realty. Every home listed by every company, all in one place. Agent225.com. Agent225.com. I've got to give a gigantic shout out to my guy DJ, who did it again. Every single year, I tell you, the Wall Street Journal's list of the top 1,000 realtors in America comes out. It hit again, and Darren James, real estate experts, yet again, not only in the top 1,000 realtors in America, but on that list of the top 1,000 realtors in America, rank 54th in the top 100 realtors in America. If you need to sell your home, why in the world would you call anyone other than the best realtor in the state and one of the best realtors in the entire country, Darren James? 335-7666, 335-7666, or agent225.com. That's agent225.com. Help me congratulate Darren James and Associates, brokered by eXp Realty.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $25,000 off new 22 Ram 1500 SCA trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
The best.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
A game one of the College World Series in the books. Oral Roberts, a mad dash to the finish. They put up 4 runs in the top of the 9th. Back from the dead to beat TCU 6-5. Tigers will have their chance against Tennessee tomorrow. We'll likely see Paul Skeens game one. Thatcher Hurd was one of the LSU players, along with Dylan Cruz, who met with reporters on Thursday there at the College World Series. And Thatcher Hurd talked about how Paul Skeens has helped him year one, both of them in their first year here at LSU.
He's helped me out, I think, probably more than he knows. I live with him, and we talk all the time about baseball mindset. And I just try to learn from him every day. It's really special to be around him. Same with Dylan, right next to him in the locker, and then I live with Paul. So I'm just super thankful I've got to share the field with those guys all year, and it's special. Just trying to soak it in,
A lot of people have asked this week, and I'm sure you get the same question a lot. We all do, but who's kind of the breakout star? Omaha makes a lot of stars. Like I can go back to think about 1996 Tim Lanier. Everyone remembers Warren Morris's home run. What people don't necessarily remember is Tim Lanier probably would have been the MVP of that College World Series. Pat Burrell won it, but Tim Lanier had an amazing College World Series. Gary Hemel in 1991 had an amazing World Series. I just think through Trey Hodges in 2000 on your team. When he finally got healthy, he became the most outstanding player of the College World Series on a team that had Brian Tallett and you and Fontenot and Cressy, guys that became big leaguers. So
Red Hop.
So Hop. Yeah. So my point is, there's every year in Omaha, there's always players that make their name there. I don't know if Thatcher Hurd would kind of be a would that be the low-hanging fruit to say Hurd would be the guy outside of Skeens and Cruz who you'd look at and say, yeah, for them to win it, he's got to be really big? Because after Skeens Floyd, he's the guy, right?
I mean, for us LSU fans, I think it's low-hanging fruit. I think nationally, no. I mean, if you just look at this guy's numbers and his body of work this year, and busts on the scene and dominates the way he has been the last, I guess, month. Yeah, I mean that narrative would definitely be there. I mean, I think I think pitching well and hitting well gets contagious. I think there's a mental aspect to it that a lot of times we downplay as fans, and I say we because I'm on this side of the fence now. You get a little confidence, man, not only hitting, but also pitching and playing defense. And baseball is such a cerebral sport. It goes a long way. He looks different to me right now when he takes the ball and he steps on the mound. He just looks different. The intent that he delivers the pitches, the confidence in the breaking ball. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even, for me now, I wouldn't even be surprised if he went out there, got a win and closed the game, or maybe threw in 3 games and dominated, similar to what Hodges did. For us, because in 2000 we weren't surprised that Hodges did what he did. Everybody else was.
He kind of had to get healthy,
and he was hurt.
Right.
Same thing with Hurd. Hurd's coming off the injury. Same thing. And I said coming off the injury, but that not only physically is that a challenge, but then proving to yourself that you can rip those breaking balls and it not hurt anymore. So mentally just kind of proving it, which the last month I think he's done.
That was going to be my question about Hurd, as we have seen him develop. And I've got his game-by-game lines this season, right? So he's got 20 appearances on the season. This is fun. His ERA is 6.5.
Yeah.
And he's pitched far better than the guy with a 6.5 ERA. Really, I've looked at it since what I've used sort of as the benchmark was when he came in and closed Game 2 against Alabama. That Saturday night. He was awesome in a really tough spot, and maybe that was big because it followed up a couple of rough outings where he had a rough outing against Kentucky. I'm looking at it right here, but he pitched in the midweek against ULL where he only went a third of an inning, gave up a couple of runs. Like it was, that was the spot where you went, okay, oh, that's what it's supposed to look like. So I wonder how much of Hurd in the last 2 months kind of coming along has been him getting healthy. Like how much of it is just he's healthy and confident, whereas early he was still overcoming the injury, physically and mentally.
I think quite a bit of it. I mean, we saw this last outing that he pitched. I think everybody was, including myself, just super impressed we were joking on our we have a 2000 national championship kind of group thread / text, and you mentioned Hodges earlier. It was very similar. The ability to drop that breaking ball in there whenever he wanted to, and about 3/4 of the way through his start, there toward the end, he got away from the overhand curveball and started throwing a slider. And once the slider started coming out with the curveball and the fastball at 96, by the way, like, it was one of those deals where these guys have no chance. And the confidence, it just goes to show, if a guy can locate a breaking ball and throw it for a strike whenever he needs to, everything gets better.
Yeah. That's been the case for Thatcher Hurd. And I'll be very interested to see how Jay sets this up, because let me pose the hypothetical to you real quick, and we'll wrap up the hour with Ask Ryan here in a few minutes so you can get your questions in for Terrio. Let me give you a hypothetical. Let's say LSU's up on Saturday against Tennessee. Let's say they're up 4-3, 1 out in the 8th. So Skeens goes 7 1/3. You're up 4-3. Who are you giving the ball to get you home? Or what would you do from that point on? Do you give it to Hurd to get you home? Do you go Ackenhouse and Guidry? Do you go Cooper, Guidry? What do you do?
I think you look at the matchup. Tennessee does have a couple lefties that can really bang, so I think Cooper and Ackenhouse are in play big time this first game, and I think Guidry gets the ball in the 9th.
So you'd go lefty.
I go matchup. I'd go if it's righty. I don't think he has a problem giving the ball to Guidry for 5 or 6 outs.
Yeah.
And look, that's Slider City, if you remember Sergio Romo back in the day in the big league. I mean, he's Sergio Romo. It's coming. Hit it if you can.
Everybody knows it's coming.
Oh, absolutely. Good luck.
LSU and Tennessee. I asked Muse to look this up earlier. LSU, 13 games all time in the College World Series against SEC opponents. LSU's 8-5 all time against SEC opponents in the College World Series. Of course, 2 of those were the losses to Florida back in the championship series in 2017. So before then, LSU was 8-3 all time. So LSU's had success in Omaha against other SEC teams when they played there at the College World Series. Okay, it's after further review. We'll knock out our final break here of hour number 2. We'll come back, and we'll do Ask Ryan. So get your questions in. You can email us. You can tweet us. You can text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Ryan is next.
AFR.
Love telling you about New Orleans flooring. And, I mention all the time how you can go to New Orleans flooring and you can save 40, 50, 60% on flooring. The thing that I got to make sure I stress more is this isn't like discount quality. You're getting high quality flooring. They have good, better, and best options. As a matter of fact, their own in-house brand. You can look at a side-by-side of their brand, other brands, and get the best quality flooring at 40, 50, 60% discounts from other places. So not only are you saving a ton, you're getting the best quality flooring as well at New Orleans Flooring. Metairie and Airline Highway in Prairieville. I was texting with Big Sean earlier today over at New Orleans Flooring. I know you've done a bunch with them as well.
Oh, yeah.
New Orleans Flooring, again, with 2 locations. Metairie, Airline Highway in Prairieville, just past the Walmart, and online at nolaflooring.com.
Relentless reporting gets results.
I'm never going to stop until we get the answers you need.
Uncovering more as the powerful try to cover things up.
What happens in the dark will always come to light.
Founding new principles and practices for the state of Louisiana.
Chief Investigative Reporter Chris Nakamoto.
Chris Nakamoto and the Investigative Unit. Recipients of Columbia University's prestigious DuPont Award.
Bayou Ford has up to $7,000 off MSRP plus 0% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The importance of doing this Fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. And
Make them say, get the world screaming my name. From every soldier wreck, from every killer to cadet. Player haters get wet, true players march, players step. We know lemon soldiers, I thought I told you. We know lemon soldiers.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Let's do some Ask Ryan. Get your questions in for Terrio. Ask anything about anything. Fire away. Email us, tweet us at Matt Moscona.
Hey, Twitter world.
Thanks, George.
George Truly. It was on the same button bar, so I didn't want to.
That's all good.
George Truly.
Text us in the 225. 396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Derek Roussel, Ask Ryan. Are you buying a $5 Jello shot or just a $5 beer?
I saw the Jello shot thing, and I don't know if I love it or if I hate it. But we're winning, so that's good.
It's a brilliant marketing ploy. Brilliant. When you realize
12,000 something. We added it up today. It's crazy. In 24 hours, what they made on that.
That's how much they made on it?
Yeah, probably cost them $200. You know, it's like some Everclear and some Jello.
That's it. Yeah. LSU at the most recent update. LSU was 659 Jello shots. Wake Forest at 447. Muse, can you do some quick math for us? Look at the most recent one. Total those up. Multiply it by $5. Tell us how much they've made.
Oh, TCU's rolling.
Yeah, we have an update at 5. We have an update at 5 p.m., so we'll do it then.
Okay. It's brilliant. It is I don't even like Jello shots, but like if I were in Omaha right now, I'd be like, we got to go to Rocco's and we got to do our part.
Yeah.
You know. Harold Mobile asks Ryan, Lollipop Guild or Oompa Loompa?
I don't know what that means. Who said that?
I think that was probably like a short joke thing. Harold.
Yeah. Harold. Nice name. Nerd.
John Fredrickson said, we have to listen to that smug, arrogant Kyle. I got lit up by LSU at the CWS Peterson.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of his.
Really? You're not a fan of Kyle Peterson?
I don't.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't like. I don't know.
He's great.
I don't like him.
He's a great college baseball analyst.
I don't like him.
I agree with that. He respects the hell out of LSU, and he actually is really funny and self-deprecating about how much LSU owned him in '97. He brings it up all the time.
I don't think he's good.
What do you mean you don't think he's good? That's one of your worst takes ever.
I like Chris Burke.
Burke's good?
I like Berkey.
I know you like Berkey because you like to say Berkey and you played with him and all that sort of stuff. Daniel Clark asked Ryan, what size bat did you swing at LSU?
LSU, I was a 33.5.
Brock McMinn asked Ryan. Brock from Metairie here. If LSU makes it to the championship series, who would you like to see them play? Do you know what the options are?
Yeah.
Why don't you think about it? I'll remind people of Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli.com. You know they offer ISO 17025 accreditation. I was sitting at lunch yesterday with some coworkers, and I was explaining Michelli. They're like, what is that? I was like, basically you weigh or measure something.
Yeah.
They sell service. I was like, this Bud Light right here, this bottle, this aluminum bottle, it requires a certain amount of force to twist that top open, right? Well, there's a machine that sets that when they cap that, so it's at proper force. Well, that machine has to be calibrated. Michelli calibrates. That's what they do.
Man, I'd like to see him play oral.
Michelli.com. Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli.com. Oral Roberts kind of scares me a little bit.
I'd like to see him play oral, but I love oral.
They just won't die.
You know what I mean?
Do you?
I do.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
You like the way they finish?
It's with a bomb, with a blast, an explosion. You know?
AFR.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Grizzlies guard Ja Morant gets a 25-game suspension to start the upcoming season for conduct detrimental to the league. In May, Morant was seen on social media waving a gun, his second gun-related incident this year. Why wasn't the suspension longer? ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski.
If this was half the season, if this was the entire season, different scenarios people threw out, there wouldn't have been precedent for that. But your history does matter. Ja Morant has been under investigation by the NBA for well over a year on a number of different incidents.
Adrian Wojnarowski on First Take. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says Morant will have to meet certain conditions before he's allowed back with the team. Hall of Famer Michael Jordan is selling the Charlotte Hornets, ending his 13 years as majority owner. If the sale is approved, Gabe Blotkin and Rich Schnall will be the new owners. Second round of the U.S. Open today at the LACC. Ricky Fowler at 10 under, now the leader by 1 ahead of Wyndham Clark.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Come join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back? Back again.
Lisa, I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour, presented by ProCharge EV. Call 225-397-4593 or go to ProChargeEV.com.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
On ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar and Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Jacob Beck. Music. Hey. We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us, you bro.
Yeah, Rob.
All right, Hanny's going to join us from out in Omaha in about 15 minutes from right now.
I didn't know that.
Hanny and Ott anchoring our coverage from Omaha. A lot of people have asked, why more of us didn't go. I just candidly, I know all this now because I'm kind of part of all those decisions. It's very hard to plan Omaha because you have to plan it so far in advance for hotels, flights, broadcast location, all that sort of stuff. And you have to plan without knowing when the team is going to play, which is logistically, there are so many things. They could play Friday, they could play Saturday. Are they going to play at 1 o'clock or 6 o'clock? In theory, LSU could have drawn the 1 o'clock Friday game. If they did, and I was doing AFR from Omaha, they'd be playing during my show.
Yeah.
There's no point in being there.
They can't.
And then there's also the possibility that they could be 2 and Q, and then you're home after Monday. And there's a lot of logistics. So it made the most sense for Hanny and Ott to go in their 11-1 slot. They're not going to conflict with any of the games. They've obviously been there for so long. They've got great relationships with a lot of different businesses in Omaha already. So we're excited about it, man. We're excited to have Charles and Jimmy there, and Charles will join us here in about a little more than 10 minutes from right now. Guys have been there for forever. He's gone for as long as LSU's been going up there. Called a bunch of games up there, and we're excited about LSU and Tennessee tomorrow. Skeens will be on the bump for. I'm assuming Paul Skeens will be on the bump for LSU tomorrow.
I think so.
I don't know that. So I've phrased it this way, and I'm curious your thoughts. I don't see a path for LSU to come out of the losers bracket. If the way that it's structured now is because LSU's in bracket 2, they'll play Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
They'll play Monday no matter what. Win or lose Saturday, they play Monday. If you win your first 2 games, You're off till you get Tuesday off, then you come back on Wednesday, and someone's got to beat you twice. If you lose one of the first 2 games, then you will have to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You'll have to win 4 games in 4 days to advance to the championship series. You would get Friday off and have to win 2 out of 3 Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't think LSU has enough pitching depth to do that. In theory, the only time you would get Skeens back would be Thursday on 4 days rest to save your season and put you into the championship series. And then the only way you could use him in the championship series is on 3 days rest for the if necessary game on Monday. And I don't know if you would even throw him on 3 days rest. So, yeah, I mean, you're kind of grimacing a little.
Yeah, probably not.
So I guess my point is, I don't know that I see a path for LSU in the losers bracket. To win the whole thing, they've got to win their first 2 games.
I mean, I don't know that any team could come out of the. I mean,
I think Tennessee could.
I mean,
I think Wake Forest could.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
4 games in 4 days. And it'll be 5 games in 6 days.
But
if you're in bracket 2, like LSU is, where you play on Saturday instead of Friday,
yeah.
You play Saturday, and then you get off Sunday, and then you'd have to play. If you lose, you're playing Monday either way.
You're playing Monday either way.
But if you lose one of your first 2, you end up playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You have to win 4 games in 4 days to get to the championship series.
Yeah, you play Saturday, off day, Sunday, Monday, or Saturday, off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Off Friday.
5 and 6 days.
Yes.
Off Friday, 5 and 6. Ooh, yeah, that's tough.
College,
no, they don't.
College baseball teams aren't built like that.
Yeah, no, they're not.
I mean, Tennessee's got 4 dudes with Lindsey, Dolander, Beam, and Burns. Like they could do it. Tennessee could do it. I'm not saying they will or it'll be easy. They could.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not so much worried about LSU beating Tennessee tomorrow with Paul Skeens. I'd be more worried if Tennessee comes out of the losers bracket and you got to face them again on Wednesday and then potentially Thursday. That's where I'd be like, it gets a little hairy.
Yeah, I don't. So game 1. So tomorrow night's going to be interesting.
What do you think about Skeens against Tennessee tomorrow? By the way, first time back at the end of March.
Yep.
They played in the last weekend of March. So it was like the end of March, beginning of April. It sort of straddled that weekend. It was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. Skeens on short rest, by the way. 7 innings pitched, 1 run on 5 hits, struck out 12, walked 1.
Yeah. Obviously, it's advantage hitter seeing guys multiple times. The more you see a dude, the more comfortable it gets in the box. Okay, that is a true statement. That is a fact. However, there are certain guys that you go 0 for 4 off of, 0 for 3, 0 for 4, 0 for 5 off of, that you go, I don't ever want to see that guy again. Like, that was not fun. And he's in your dome. You know what I mean? And I think the numbers that you just said, that there's probably a lot of guys in Tennessee's lineup going, they're not licking their chops to get another shot at him. They're going, oh, crap, this guy again? Let me just hope I draw a walk or maybe get hit by a pitch because I'm not getting a hit off of him. So I'm hoping that's kind of the scenario. The one observation I had last time these two guys hooked up, and not taking anything away from was it Dolander?
Dolander.
Dolander?
Chase Dolander, yes.
Dolander. And Dolander's going to be a maybe top 10 pick, probably a top 10 pick. I mean, he's a hell of a pitcher. They weren't even in the same league when I watched them. And I'm not taking anything away from that guy. He's a hell of a pitcher. But it was like a major league guy or pro guy pitching, and then a college guy was pitching over here, or a collegiate pitcher and then a high school pitcher. I mean, Skeens is in that game, that day was that much better than him. And he totally outclassed him on the bump. This offense is swinging the bats well. I think LSU handles Tennessee game 1.
LSU's minus 220 at DraftKings. So that is for it to be LSU Tennessee. I wonder if we're just maybe giving a lot of respect to the jersey. It's not to say that Tennessee isn't great. I mean, they obviously are. But let's see. Wake is minus 250 against Stanford. But okay, so by comparison, the second game today, Florida and Virginia. Florida's minus 145. Virginia's at plus 115. I mean, that's a relatively short line when you're looking at LSU minus 220. They're a significant favorite over Tennessee, considering what it is. But That's because it's Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
And he's magnificent, and you expect him to win every time you get the ball. So it'll be Skeens against. By the way, Andrew Lindsay. It sounds like Tony Vitello did say. Can you play that one, Muse? This was Vitello number 1. It certainly sounds like he's going to. He talked about how he's setting up his pitching. It certainly sounds like he's going to go with Andrew Lindsay against LSU.
We've just kind of gone with our routine. So we've rolled with what really has got us to this point with Andrew Lindsay first and Dolander second and Beam third. Burnsy's been incredible out of the bullpen with his stuff and ability to get outs, but he's kind of changed our team's mentality a little bit too with, the emotion he pitches with and having fun out there again as an athlete. But also he gives our guys confidence that the back end of the game is one that, we feel like we can win each time we go out.
Vitello, Andrew Lindsay pitched against LSU in the second game out of the bullpen in the second game of the series. LSU won that game. Lindsay went 4 2/3, 1 run on 5 hits. That one, and he struck out 3. So, he's been good this year for them, man. I mean, their season changed. Their season turned around when they moved him to the front of the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
They moved Dolander back to the number 2 role.
But it was, I was right, though. I mean, it was Skeens and Dolander.
It was, yes. Yeah. When we saw it, that was a Thursday night at the box. It was electric. Yep. It was the SEC Network game. But, yes, it was Skeens against Dolander. It was hyped. It was a really fun game. It was a really fun game to watch. I mean, obviously LSU won it. It was really fun. But yes, that was Skeens Dolander that day. But it looks like we'll see Skeens Lindsay tomorrow at Charles Schwab. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Hey, if you are headed out to that family vacay to 30A, maybe, getting on the road.
Nobody's going over there.
Oh,
they go to France now. I'm surprised you didn't go to Europe.
Oh, contraire, friend.
Can you drive across the pond?
No, you can't do that. But you can drive to wherever your vacation destination may be here in the contiguous, or I guess in the continental U.S. You could drive up to Alaska.
You could.
Part of the continental U.S. You have to go through Canada, but you can get there. Well, make sure your tires are ready for that trip. Shawbills will help you out. They'll sell you name brand tires at wholesale prices. ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. You can learn about the Charlie's Dozen. A dozen benefits extended not only to you and your vehicle, but every vehicle in your family when you buy your tires at Shawbills. It's ShawBillsTire.com with 18 locations across South Louisiana. Shawbills, we keep you rolling. I'm going to keep reminding you at the end of the show today, we are going to give away 2 pair of tickets to tomorrow's game, LSU-Tennessee, courtesy of our friends at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. They've been, of course, great community partners, great LSU partners for so many years. And my friends over at Mockler were like, hey, we've got a couple of pair of tickets for the game, LSU-Tennessee, the premier game of the opening weekend of the College World Series. Want you to give them away to your audience on AFR. So we'll do that at the end of the show today. You got to win. You got to text me with a hashtag CWS. Put whatever else you want in the text. Just make sure you have the hashtag CWS so that way we can organize all of those texts and we can randomize it and pick a winner. So 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. We'll give away a couple of pair of tickets at the end of the show today for tomorrow's LSU-Tennessee game. Okay, it's After Further Review. We head to Omaha next. Talk with Hanny. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time.
Or you don't pay a dime.
You know what Sunday is, right?
What's Sunday?
It's Father's Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Right. It is a holiday. It is. And it's a weekend. And did you really not know, or were you just downplaying it?
Know.
You were just downplaying a little bit?
I didn't know. I like cookie cake, though. Just FYI.
Shout out, John Ontario.
Just saying.
Cookie cake.
World's best dad. I mean,
yeah. Well, if your AC goes out, call River City's 1 Hour Air because they always come out. Nights, holidays, and weekends. Even if a holiday is on a weekend, they'll still come out to your house, and they'll never charge you extra to come out. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. Look for the big yellow vans and trucks with the giant clock on the side. Keep that AC pumping this summer. River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This summer, retirement is a state of mind. Whether it's a mid-morning activity or an early bird special, grab a Coors Light and chill like you're retired.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's government taco, voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine.
More seals than JC Penney. Throw it up if you a soldier, but if you a punk, then working with the rollers, you better duck down quick when the tank pop, cause we be slanging automatic slingshot. I went from
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, Muse, give us the Jello Shot Challenge update.
Well, LSU fans, they've eclipsed 1,000 already, not even a full 2 days into this. LSU at 1,349 Jello shots.
That's not the right one.
As of the 5 p.m. update. Wake Forest, second place, 966. They got some catching up to do. Stanford bringing up the rear at 179. But total money so far on the whole board, $25,430 before tax and gratuity.
Oh, my God. People have spent 25 G's in Jello shots.
Not even a full 2 days.
Rocco's has generated 25 G's in revenue on Jello shot revenue.
In 24 hours.
How much do you think it cost them to make a Jello shot?
2 cents.
Hmm.
I know to make a snowball, it was 10 cents.
But this has alcohol, which is going to cost more than.
But it's not like they're putting top shelf alcohol. I mean,
Doesn't matter. A bottle of simple syrup doesn't cost what a bottle of Everclear.
How big is a Jello? I mean, it's like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say it costs a nickel tops.
Hanny's with us. Hanny, how many Jello shots have you done over at Rocco's so far?
0, but I tried to bet on the winner, and Jimmy took it off the board. It was longer than Joe Burrow being the number one pick in the draft. LSU's going to win the Jello Shot Challenge. Yeah, you can't bet that anymore.
Well, there is a possibility, right? If things go very, very wrong on the field for LSU, the Jello Shot Challenge board could look a lot different, yes?
They'll definitely be the lead. If that happened, they'd definitely be the leaders when they left. It'd be like a golfer posting a shot, a score like 5 shots better than, he's in the clubhouse 5 shots better than everybody else. Said, if you can beat that, come get me. One of those things.
Or then he has to or then he has to withdraw or something like that.
Yeah, so the heavy favorite. If Jimmy start laying a line on it, it's too long of a shot.
Hanny's there in Omaha, anchoring our coverage of Jimmy Ott, courtesy of our friends over at Rev Business. Of course, formerly ETEL, now branded as Rev. Great people. We appreciate them. Let me look. By the way, I asked Cobble this earlier. He said this is his 8th or 9th trip. How many is this for you?
13.
13th time to Omaha. So put some context around what it looks like this year compared to when was the first year you went?
96.
So compared to what a good year to go for the first time. Compared to 96, how does it look so far?
Oh, compared to 96, it's just completely different. Obviously, you're in a new stadium. The downtown area has developed, even since my first trip for the new stadium was in 13. Even since then, the downtown area has developed so much. There's so many more places to eat and drink and to stay. The rest of Omaha, we were talking about this driving in from the airport, looks a lot the same. The city itself hasn't changed all that much, but the context of the College World Series is vastly different downtown than it was up at Rosenblatt.
For tomorrow, we're obviously, I hate to keep playing meteorologist here, but I know people have made a big deal about the weather. What's it like there? Is there any real concern about tomorrow?
Well, it's been clear and hot here all day. And, they're about to start the second game, and there's no chance of anything tonight. I saw the same forecast you guys did earlier in the day, which is a 70% chance of rain. I'm, kind of done trying to predict the weather.
Yeah.
I watched LSU sit through a 6-hour sunshine delay last week, so what do I know? So it may rain, it may not. I will tell you one weather story about up here. When we were here in 17, it went from looking like it does right now, which is what you saw on TV for the first game, to completely dark skies, and I don't know what the ratings are, an F whatever tornado inside of an hour. And for about 20 minutes, it was the scariest weather event I've ever sat through to watch. Scarier than the hurricane for this tornado to come through, which did significant damage to the Air Force Base in South Omaha. And then when it was over, 30 minutes after it was done, there were clear skies again. It was bizarre. We used to sit through hurricanes. There was a lot of prep and then significant damage, and then the cleanup begins. The tornado came literally from out of nowhere. It went scary as anybody's business, and then it was over, and the skies were clear again. And if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. So I'm not going to try to do too much predicting on the weather out there.
Yeah, they're calling for scattered thunderstorms essentially all day tomorrow. We'll see if or how that might alter what LSU's plans are. Andy, Terrio's here as well. Look, the year Terrio was there in 2000, y'all had a full day that got wiped out in 2000. I think it might have been the Wednesday of the CWS that year.
They actually sounded the sirens that year. We were in the old press box at Rosenblatt, which was real high off the ground, and they put the sirens in place. They sounded the sirens, and they said, everybody get down to what they used to call the Hall of Fame room. Ryan, I remember this, where they had the post-game press conferences. They shuttled all of the media down out of the press box and into the Hall of Fame room until the threat of the tornado had passed. So, yes, I remember that too. And the other thing I remember about that was during that massive rain delay, Skip Bertman put himself into the cafeteria, which was a huge cafeteria at the old Rosenblatt, and started telling stories. And so after about 30 minutes, you had like 70 members of the media huddled around Skip, laughing their ass off because, he's Skip and he's telling stories. So, yeah, I remember that rain delay.
I stood shirtless in right field while the weather came through, because that's what you do when you're 20 and
Absolutely.
you just do whatever you want to do because you're invincible. Hey, Charles Handergross with us here for a couple of more minutes. Real quick, you and Jimmy, 3:00 tomorrow.
Weather permitting, now that you got me worried about that.
So Jimmy and Charles will have a pregame show starting at 3 o'clock on Saturday. You can hear it right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and simulcast on Eagle 98.1, walking you right up to the network pregame at 5:30 Central Time. So we got a ton of baseball coverage with the guys up there. Hey, let me get a quick baseball thought on the game tomorrow with LSU and Tennessee. Lean, something key. What are you looking for tomorrow?
I think it's going to come down to the timely hit. These are two teams that are very, very equal, I think, in how they're playing now. I think that Andrew Lindsey has been really one of the big keys to Tennessee's turnaround from 5-10 in the league to 16-14 in the league was when they moved Lindsey into the Friday night hole. And if you look into SEC games only, his ERA is about 2+ runs better than Chase Dolander's, who's going to go in the first round of the draft next month, and probably in the top 10 picks. So that's how well Lindsey has pitched. Haven't heard any more about the potential discipline for Chase Burns off of the throat slash at the Super Regional. So I'm going to assume he's good to go. And he was a former starter. He'll be a starter again next year. So you're talking about a closer that is very comfortable going multiple innings. So I think it's going to come down to it'll be probably a 1 or 2 run ball game, and who gets the key hit? It could be somebody that you don't expect. It could be a Pearson down in the lineup, or it could be a Thompson, or it could be one of Tennessee's guys that's in the 7 or 8 hole. That I think it's going to come down to one key hit. I wouldn't expect a blowout either way. I don't expect one team to out hit the other, 14-6 or something like that. It's going to be who gets the hit at the key time.
Charles, enjoy the time up there. Go get you some Jell-O shots, and we'll listen for you and Jimmy tomorrow.
I'm going to pass on the Jell-O shots, but everything else, you got it.
Appreciate it, Hanny.
We'll see you.
Right.
That is Charles Handegrove. Again, Charles and Jimmy will be on tomorrow. So Saturday, pregame show starting at 3 o'clock. Simulcast right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Eagle 98.1. Of course, the flagship of the LSU Sports Radio Network. We appreciate Hanny. We appreciate our friends over at Rev Business sponsoring Hanny and Charles's coverage. Hanny and Ott's coverage from Omaha. Rev Business, great partners of ours here. We appreciate them greatly. Right Radio Hour. Terrio's here with us. Did you get your new ride lifted yet?
Mm-hmm.
You got your whip? Get your wheels on your whip?
Mm-hmm.
What you got? Alpha Customs?
I did.
You got it done?
I got it lifted up. I got the diesel Suburban.
I'm surprised you got rid of your big, giant, Bigfoot truck.
Yeah, I got the diesel Suburban. We got 4-inch lift, wheels, tires, whole deal. If you don't want to be regular, you got to go to Alpha Customs. It's what they do. Window tinting, lifts, wheels, you name it, off-road accessories, Alpha Customs. They got 2 locations. They got one in Prairieville on Airline, and then one in Lafayette as well. But always friendly, always helpful. Those shops like that can be intimidating. When you walk in, you really don't know what you want or what you're looking for.
I'm always intimidated, yes.
You can be a little intimidated when you walk in those shops. These guys are super nice and personable, can tell you exactly what you want, what you need, and help you. Go check them out at Alpha Customs. Great spot, Alpha Customs.
AlphaCustoms.net. Go get you your lift kit.
Get lifted up, bro. Yeah. Some speakers in the back.
Why
wouldn't you?
Some mud flaps.
No, not mud
Did
flaps.
you get the bull balls hanging from
No,
the
I didn't do that.
Can you get that there?
You can.
Oh, can you really?
Yeah.
Can you get the KC lights on the top?
Probably, but nobody really. It's not 1995 anymore.
Why don't people
maybe
do that anymore? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
No?
But
Huh.
I mean, I know you've seen that logo and that bumper sticker. They're everywhere.
Alpha Customs.
Everybody goes to Alpha.
Alpha Customs.
All the cool kids go there.
All of the cool kids go to Alpha Customs. Is that where you go?
That's where I go.
That's where you
That's
want
where
to
everybody goes. I mean,
am
why
I
wouldn't
saying that
you?
right? Would you got your whip lifted? Is that how I would say it?
That's good. Yeah, you could say it that way. You could.
What would you say? Help me! I'm asking you
I would
to help
just say,
me.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I lifted it up. I got a lift. I wouldn't say I got my whip lifted.
Why not?
It's just a little too much.
Too much?
Try hard.
Trying
type
too
thing.
hard?
Yeah.
You're saying calling it a whip, or saying I got my whip lifted? The whole thing. Or just
All of
calling
it
a
together.
whip? Yeah.
If you just call it a whip, you're okay.
You're okay. Okay.
But going like together with it.
No, I appreciate it. This is good. I need this. I need help with this.
Little too much.
Too much. Okay, a little too much. Got it. All right. You keep telling me. You help me increase my cool meter.
We need to get the Volkswagen lifted.
No, there's no shot in hell.
Just throw a
No,
couple inches on
absolutely
it. You know what I mean?
not.
Just get you a little.
Literally no shot.
Yeah.
Literally 0% chance.
We need
that
to lift
happens.
up that whip.
I'll tell you what. You can lift my whip when I put every single 30A bumper sticker I bought you on the back of your whip.
I don't do bumper stickers,
I don't do lifts.
Bumper
Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't do lifts. I'll leave that to you. All right. It's After Further Review. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. 15 minutes from right now, we'll wrap up with Ask Ryan, so you can line up your questions again. We talked a little bit about Skeens, Lindsey. Let's talk about the offense. Who is Terrio expecting to have not only a good outing tomorrow against Andrew Lindsey and Tennessee, also, what are we looking for from Tennessee's offense against LSU? We'll break down that when we come back. Tigers and Vols. We are 24 hours and 30 minutes away from scheduled first pitch.
Let's go.
It's AFR.
AFR.
And if you can't be at the Schwab, you know the best place to watch the game?
Pluckers.
Got to
be Pluckers.
Right. Nicholson or Bluebonnet. You know what, man? I was really thinking about this. I think tomorrow, now I'm going to watch the game at my house. I am. I need to watch it kind of in peace, and I'm going to fire up a post-game show as well after the game, a little live stream. So I'm going to watch the game at my house, but I'm getting wings tomorrow night. I'm going to get 10 wings, 5 Gold Rush, 5 Spicy Ranch. Actually, you know what? I might go 15.
15?
Well, and split it into 2 meals. Gold Rush, Spicy Ranch, garlic parm.
I like garlic parm.
I'm going to get fries. I'm going to get the guapo dip. You better believe I'm going to have a bunch of ice cold Bud Light ready to roll. And, man, I'm going to just gorge.
Good night above.
It's Father's Day weekend. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Pluckers. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Pluckers, you don't like our wings. We'll give you the bird.
At Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, I'm happy to say we have vehicles in stock and more coming in at no markup. Don't pay over MSRP. Come on down to Corvette Toyota and choose your new Toyota today. That's Corvette Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down the
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Got him.
Crank it up, you. Wait, crank it up, you.
Yeah, he's been good today.
Baby mama.
Couple bangers.
I like how 5 out of 7 words of this song are bleep. Was this Broadmoor?
Yeah, I think
or
like
LSU?
I think LSU. Senior year at Broadmoor, freshman year at LSU, maybe. I think it's. When did this come out, Muse? I think this is 99, maybe. This has got to be 99. 98, 99. I remember listening to this in Jamin Garrett's Bronco 2.
Yeah, you did. Big Timers, Everybody Get Your Roll On would have been
2000.
2000.
The album, I Got That Work, 2000. That's when it was wrong. It's the album it was on.
Was Big Timers on that one as well? Can you pull up the all the tracks?
Yeah, here you go. Let's see.
Was Big Timers on there? Like, whoa now, Big Timer. Got money to the ceiling.
Yes. Big is track 17.
Love it.
Featuring Lack, Stone, and BG.
How could you forget? BG, little bling bling. Is bling bling on there? How about that?
No, bling bling's not on there.
That was BG.
Yeah, that was.
Every time I come around your city.
Bling bling.
My pinky ring's worth about 50.
Bling bling.
Every time I buy a new ride.
Bling bling.
This is hilarious. All right. Anyway, let's see. Were you all had this very deep level conversation about the Jello shot? You seem very bothered by the Jello shot challenge, or impressed by the Jello shot challenge.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't. What is there that's hard to figure out?
I want to replicate it.
A bar with close proximity to the stadium has pitted every fan base against each other and made it a public spectacle by posting who's winning this Jello shot challenge, so everyone feels like their fan base's collective manhood or party ability to drink and drink in large quantities is being challenged, so they're going to go live up to it. So they're going to spend inordinate sums of money to buy awful booze, cheap booze in Jello, consume it, and then for no reason other than to say that they won the Jello shot challenge.
I'm trying to figure out in my brain how to replicate it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you have to have an event.
Okay.
That's where a bunch of different schools come into one place. That doesn't happen here.
Track.
There's not enough interest.
Sororities and fraternities.
That could work. That could work. It might also be illegal.
Not if they're 21.
Not enough of them, but yeah.
I love it. I mean, Ole Miss spent $94,000 last year in Jello shots.
I know. Good for you, Rocco's. Rocco's? Yeah.
They made, they made $400K at least last year in Jello shots in 10 days.
That's incredible.
Whew.
That's really good.
That's what I'm trying to figure. I'm just working through. I'm working through it, man. And if I was there, I would definitely have on these Haspel.
That is such a terrible segue.
These Haspel linen shorts.
What a terrible
eating
segue.
Jello shots. You're dang right.
I'm proud of you.
And I'm going to tell you
why.
why.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, let's hear for him.
I would tell you
I'm
why.
proud of him.
You didn't like that? I liked that. That was good.
Let me keep going, though.
No, that is okay.
But let me tell you why I'd have on the linen shorts.
Because
from
you're
Haspel.
an Ole Miss fan who wears.
Nope. Because Haspel's not just seersucker. It's hot in Omaha right now.
Yeah, it is.
You got to have on the linen, lightweight linen. And if you choose to wear the seersucker to go get the Jell-O shots, that's okay. The pucker in seersucker, it's not blue and white. It's the pucker in the cotton, right? It sits off the skin. You don't sweat. It's breathable. You can get the short sleeve seersucker from Haspel if you want to. Or if you're going to 30A, they got some swimsuits that are pretty high end. Nobody else is going to have them on the website at Haspel. Go to Haspel.com. Not just seersucker. Go check them out. Haspel.com.
Ooh, they got free shipping on orders over $150. And you still got your promo code active?
Yeah.
What is it?
Riot 10.
Riot 10.
Riot 10. I believe so.
Yeah. So the code Riot 10.
Yeah.
And you save 10% on your order there at Haspel.com. Haspel. Haspel.com.
Got to do it, man. Cool stuff.
We went from Jell-O. From Jell-O shots into a Haspel read is actually really, really impressive. You know what?
Pretty good, huh?
You have learned.
Yeah, baby.
Dare I say you've learned from the best and how to turn anything into a segue for a live read. Yes.
Geez.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. LSU and Tennessee tomorrow. So Hanny was here and said, look, it's a thing where whoever gets the big hit, close game, all that stuff with LSU and Tennessee. I'm not sure that I even think it's going to be quite that dramatic. I think Paul Skeens is going to be Paul Skeens that pitched really well, and I honestly think that LSU's offense is so deep and talented 1 through 9, and Tennessee's a year ago was and isn't necessarily this year. So I do think LSU is going to win this game. But offensively, what would you say you look for against Andrew Lindsey tomorrow?
Listen, it's not going to be a ton of runs probably to win this game. I think Skeens is pitching very well right now, and I expect him to pitch good tomorrow. When you're talking about Lindsey specifically, when the bright lights come on, you really never know what you're going to get with these guys. And you got to remember that they're young athletes, student athletes. This is Omaha. This is all you've talked about all year long. I would expect the maturity of a Paul Skeens to shine through. And Lindsey, it's flip a coin. I mean, there's a reason why Dollander was the number one to start the year off. I mean, this could go either way. Sure, he's been throwing the ball really well. He's responsible for the turnaround. But I think this Tigers offense is a very, very, very good offense. 1 through 9, everybody's hitting, and I don't want to be the pitcher that's got to throw to him.
The other thing about Tennessee this year is they were very good at home. They were not good on the road. Now, they obviously did win a road regional, and they did win a road super regional. Andrew Lindsey got touched up in that super regional against Tennessee. He went 4 innings, gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. And I'm looking at the rest of the stat line. He had, 5 strikeouts in the game. So I do legitimately look at Omaha as we talked earlier about guys that sort of make their name in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
I think the opposite is also true, and I don't mean that like guys become GOATs necessarily, but and not GOAT isn't greatest of all time, like when you're the guy that screws it up for your team. But I do think that stage can overwhelm some people. I think playing in the SEC prepares a lot of these teams more because you face big environments week in and week out in the league. But I also think there's something to be said for Tennessee not being very good on the road this year. And
Well, it's an emotional team too. I think everybody can agree. That starts with the coaches, and they get super, super high. And a lot of times, man, that doesn't play well, especially in these type of environments.
Tennessee, here it is. They were 33-5 at home, 7-13 on the road, 3-2 at a neutral venue. So, it's a large enough sample size to where you're at the end of the year, you look and go, yeah, get it. Now they lost the first one to Southern Miss and came back and won the next 2. But I think it bodes well for LSU and Paul Skeens tomorrow. My My bigger question is when we're sitting here on Monday, and my assumption is LSU is going to win tomorrow, that they're going to beat Tennessee. It's baseball. You know this as well as I do. Anything can happen. My assumption is LSU is going to win the game tomorrow and beat Tennessee. And if they do, we're sitting here on Monday, and LSU, we're leading you into 6 o'clock first pitch, likely against Wake Forest. That's, to me, the game that's going to determine if LSU has a chance to play for a national championship, because you got to start 2-0. We've talked about it enough. They can't come. I don't think they can come through the losers bracket. So you got to start 2-0. It starts by beating Tennessee tomorrow and then finding a way on Monday to come back and win a winners bracket game, likely against Wake Forest. And I can see that picture crystal clear because I had LASIK at the Williamson Eye Center.
I see what you did.
How about
there.
that? How about what I just did, huh?
Good.
Ah,
Good
Put
job.
Ontario. What were you going to say? You were going to ask me a question.
I don't remember. It was gonna be something on Wake Forest, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's talk about LASIK though. I think I might need something with my eyes, bro. I can't read the calorie counter on my phone.
Oh no! You have to do the thing where you hold your phone far away. Now you have to do this number.
Yep.
You have to do this.
Yep. And I do my mouth like that. I don't know if it's something wrong with my mouth or my eyes.
Well, I think it's that you're kind of like
I do that. Yep.
You're straining your eyes back, and so your mouth goes forward. It's like we've all seen people do it.
But I think when I put on glasses, I feel like I look a little bit more distinguished. So I kind of like the idea of glasses, but I don't know. Maybe not.
So as someone who wore glasses and contacts for a very long time, I actually am offended by people that choose to wear glasses, especially if they don't need them. Like my sister-in-law, Lauren, who you know, wears like blue screen glasses, they call them, or blue light glasses.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And I'm like, no.
That's not a thing.
It is a thing, but I'm like, no.
But what? But
no.
But why?
You don't get to wear glasses as a fashion choice when I had to wear glasses and contacts just to be able to see my hand in front of my face.
But it's the screen thing.
No, it's bull crap.
Oh, it's bull. She's making that up.
It may be, but I don't know.
She's trying to look smarter as a teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
She's trying to be teacher smart.
So go to the Williamson Eye Center. Be done with contacts and glasses forever. 924-2020. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com. 70 years. That's what you're doing. You can't see your watch, can you?
No, I'm just trying to do the mouth thing. I don't know what it is I do with my...
This.
Yeah. That's a thing. The mouth thing.
924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com. Okay, it is after further review. We got one segment left to go. You still got time if you want to win. Again, courtesy of our friends at Bud Light Mockler Beverage, they're giving away 2 pair of tickets for the game tomorrow, LSU-Tennessee. So if you're going to Omaha or if you're in Omaha listening to us right now or know someone who is, let them know. If you want the tickets, you have to text hashtag CWS. Text hashtag CWS to 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. We'll give you our winners coming up here before we get out of here. All right, Ask Ryan to wrap up the show next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. Hey, for Father's Day, you going to go to Clegg's and get some flowers?
Maybe.
You love Clegg's?
I like Clegg's a lot.
But Jonna and the girls really love Clegg's.
She likes it more than I do, but I like Clegg's.
Yeah, Clegg's is great. Clegg's is partnered with True Value Hardware Store. Last Saturday, after LSU won the Super Regional game, sitting on the back patio at my house, on smoking a cigar and doing a live. It was Sunday when they won the Super Regional. And I did like a 2-hour stream, and during the course of that 2-hour live stream, people were noticing, man, you're not like swatting mosquitoes at all. And I told them it's because I have the Aeon mosquito barrier from Clegg's. It's the thing I tell you about all the time. You fill it up with water, you put the top on it, you shake it up, you hang it on your property line, you're done with mosquitoes 90 days at a time. And we have a pool and water behind our house, and we do not have mosquitoes.
You should have mosquitoes at your house.
It's $25, $24.99. Get the mosquito barrier at Clegg's Nursery.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah. You don't know what you're doing. Sure I do. I'm from the streets where the hood can swallow on me. Bullets will follow on me. There's so much that you could run the slalom. And cops comb this top to bottom. They say that we are prone to violence, but it's home sweet home. Where personalities clash and chrome meets chrome. Prices up and down like it's Wall Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Happy early Father's Day to all the dads. Hope you have a fantastic day and just don't have to do anything at all.
Except for eat wings and guapo dip.
That would be awesome. And drink some Bud Light from our friends over at Mockler Beverage, who, again, gave us 2 pair of tickets to give away for tomorrow's game. The LSU-Tennessee game. We got 2 pair courtesy of our friends at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light. So we'll announce those winners. Again, you had to text the hashtag CWS to the show text line. We could put it in a randomizer. It'll spit out the winners. We'll do that here and announce those names in just a quick second. If you want to get them in, you can still do that. So that is coming up here in just a second. I'm getting the thing refreshed now for Ask Ryan. So get your questions in. If you've got questions for Terrio, you can always text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400, or you can always tweet us at Matt Moscona, at 1045 ESPN. We'll get to Ask Ryan here. Ashari on Twitter said, Ryan, I'm sure somebody's cussing me out because I'm dying laughing at the ORU banter. Well done. That would have been the Oral Roberts. That was 56 minutes ago, so that was at the end of last hour. My apologies.
Oh, Oral. Yeah. I love him.
You love him?
Mm-hmm.
What do you love so much about him?
Who doesn't love Oral? The way they finish. I mean, they finished today. They've been finishing all year.
Shannon Ray said, tell Ryan he forgot Holly Beach, where the oil, sludge, and dead fish are only outweighed by the smell of Lake Charles. That's not good.
No, Holly Beach is good.
Is that in Lake Charles?
Holly Beach, yeah, Holly Beach.
By the way, massive shout out to Lake Charles and to Lafayette.
Yeah, we love them.
Because a week from Monday, 1 week from Monday, AFR live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and ESPN 104.1 Lake Charles. We're coming to the 337.
Yeah, no more Lake Charles and Lafayette.
No more Lake Charles and Lafayette.
Dang it, let's get them all out of the way.
Starting a week from Monday, June 26th, when we'll be live there. All right, my text line is completely flooded right now with people trying to win the tickets. I would love to announce them on air, but I may have to wait because these are still coming in right now. Austin M. asked Ryan, what are the chances Skeens pitches in the majors or the MLB playoffs this year if he goes first?
I mean, I don't think it matters if he goes first or not. I think there's a good chance, depending on the team that drafts him. I think there's a really, I'd say 50%.
This MLB season?
This MLB
like draft
season.
him in July and then he's like a September call-up?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Would not shock me.
That would shock me. Wow. Okay. No, I mean, you would know better than me. Kyle D asked Ryan if he hates a team as much as T-Bob hates Tennessee.
Oh, man, no. Heck no.
Really?
He hates them.
I know. All right, Muse, Beck, appreciate y'all. Mr. The Riot, y'all have a great weekend.
AFR.
Getting on down the road, let me remind you about Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, door siding, Relief Windows, and ReliefWindows.com. Hey, when we tell people that when you buy windows from Relief Windows, it comes with a lifetime warranty on labor, material, and glass breakage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people really understand that's legit? Lifetime warranty on labor, material,
I don't think
and glass
they ever they think that through because, like, ball goes through the window, they come out and fix it, that you don't pay anything. Kid throws a remote through the window, they come out and they fix it and they clean up and they glass free. You don't pay a penny. Rock hits the window from the weed eater.
Golf ball
comes through the window. They come, you call them, they come, they fix it, done. You don't pay anything. Like that's and I've tested that policy.
I know you have. Relief Windows, windows, door siding, Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. You can always get by the Relief Windows showroom. The same people that did LSU football ops designed the Relief Windows corporate headquarters and showroom. It's awesome. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Ford has up to $7,000 off MSRP plus 0% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks and incredible deals on all remaining 2022 inventory. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs